And if me see me keep looking over my shoulder, I gotta watch my back. Oh, she egged me. Oh, shit all over my rip with the jersey. Go get me a towel. Y'all didn't know.
You fucking owners have handled Judge, gentlemen, retired? Come on! He should have been fired before the fucking season! Joe Judge, quarterback sneak on not one, but 2 times from the fucking 5-yard line!
And we're talking echelon, it's going to be Yankees first, Giants second, Jets third, Mets last.
No!
Wait a minute. It's Yankees first. It's Yankees first.
Okay.
Giants second.
Okay.
Knicks third.
No!
Jets fourth. Mets fifth. Wait a minute. The Nets bit their mouth when they found out he was leaving. Maybe it was girl number 25 that didn't mind doing it.
I'll just put it this way. It's way bigger than Nino Brown, a.k.a. Deshaun Watson. This is way bigger than him.
Yeah, that's exactly what this is.
That's why he got off, because it's bigger than him and there's bigger people implicated in this.
I think it's going to come to maybe 5 years down the line, and then Cleveland going to crumble.
Oh, welcome. It's our Friday show. It's your host, Mo Young, kicking it to you live on this Friday. Like I said, we're going to bring in Doc Eric and the Diabolical Hater. And Doc has beaten Eric to the show 2 weeks in a row. We need to applaud that. I think we need to applaud. Doc beat Jay.
Listen, when he beats me to the show is when you start this. And you say I'm just bringing Doc Eric up. Jason looks like he's being late. I'm not trying to hear that.
No. He was in the green room before you. That's what made.
All right, but the show wasn't started yet.
Yes, he did.
Nah.
Look, I went live as soon as I saw Doc. Nope, you're not gonna take this picture away from Doc. You're not about to.
Well,
I was
one
still
thing I'm
here before
saying
the video
is
started.
I got momentum on my side. I got the old momentum on my side.
Oh snap! Oh man, look, you can't talk about Doc anymore. Doc been there on time for 2 straight
Yes,
shows.
D. Momentum on my side.
So what? That's
2
two for
down, 100 more
30.
to go.
2 for 30.
But all seriousness, we just found out before the show started.
Now, hey,
A great hero.
now when I was
passed.
bad,
Oh, wait.
When you was bad, what?
When you was what? Because I thought.
No. I don't want to interrupt this one.
Oh, I was
Yeah,
saying a great
we
hero
can
has
roll.
passed. I just wanted to give a moment of silence for the great Jim Brown. He has passed today, and man, like that's shocking to hear that Jim Brown, who was a fixture of the black community for many years, and we know him from his movies, his football time, man.
His
Just want to give him
activism.
a moment of silence. All right, man. We had to just give Jim his. We had to give Jim his respect because, hey, man, it's Jim Brown. But
Most
what you were
definitely.
saying, Doc? Like when
You
you were
know,
bad.
honestly, I lost my thought when we was talking about Jim Brown because people don't realize how much he meant to our culture.
Yeah.
For him standing up, especially how the league is today, especially what's the latest that someone's going through is Kaepernick. But Jim Brown literally put it all on the line. He was like, man, look, I'm the hottest guy out in football. And he was like, hey, we got to move the culture forward. And I'll put it on everything. He literally sacrificed that career to, boost up minorities. So
Yeah.
definitely
He
we're gonna, give him that,
left
that
in
that
his
moment of
prime.
silence. Is well worth it. And give him his flowers, even though he can't appreciate it right now. But
Yeah.
give him his flowers.
Yeah. I don't want to hear anybody talking about his last statements when he was older. Jim said that give Jim his respect. I don't want to see nobody doing that. You know, we all have different political beliefs, so please do. I don't want to see any posts or anything down in Jim Brown because Jim Brown did more for the culture than most. So you better realize, you better look into what he did. He Jim settled a lot of beefs. Like it was a lot of beefs. You sat down in front of Jim Brown, and he had like Bill Russell was in there. They sit you down, and you had a beef. You sat down and you talked in front of them, and you talked it out. That's why I try to follow that model. Like man, instead of beefing with somebody, man, let's talk that out. Like he was a real man's man, bro, being real. And we in like for my parents and their age, they
Yeah.
had, they had somebody to look up to because Jim Brown was on all the movies playing a strong black man. He didn't play a slave. He didn't play somebody who was tap dancing or acting weird. The stereotypes and stuff. He didn't. He played all his roles. He was strong. He was like the first black superhero, man. That's who he was. It was him and Shaft. They was the two first black superheroes.
You can dare say you can even call him the original action hero. Like
Yes, he was.
seriously.
Yes. Like I have never
you get
saw
guys
Jim Brown play a
nowadays.
strong role.
You get right. I mean, I don't know what's hot nowadays because I don't get a chance to catch, what's the happenings of today. But I'm going to say, in my opinion, the hottest name that's a minority action hero is Michael B. Jordan. I mean, just me.
Yeah, you
I
could
don't
say
I
it.
don't really know
Him or
like that.
Jonathan Majors.
But yeah, you see Michael B. Jordan in multiple roles. Yeah, you seen them in multiple facet roles. But Jim Brown, I mean, he was just that macho guy. He's just seeing him being that action hero macho guy. Nothing else. It's not even stereotypical. It's just, hey,
That's
he
him.
plays this role. What's the direction, Mr. Director? You're you. But here's a different name. Got it. I'm on it.
Yeah, you can't.
And he definitely was somebody
Most
that looked.
definitely, is he? Yeah, yes, indeed.
He looked out for unity
Like, I'm trying to
in the
think.
culture. You know what I'm saying? Mo said earlier, if there was beef in the culture, he was not afraid to sit down. Hey, Lala, he was not afraid to sit down and hash it out because you know, he wanted all black people to be united. And he did do a lot of good things for not just regular culture, but for his, for the black culture.
Yeah, man. 87. He passed at 87. Uh, I want to know what he would think about this next topic we're about to talk about, and y'all know who we're about to talk about.
If you say John Moran,
Yes, I would love to hear him speak on John Morant right now. I would love to hear what Jim Brown would have to say about John. But
listen, I think Jim Brown would take Ja, put him over his knee, and give him the spanking that he needs, and tell him stop playing with fucking guns.
I'm gonna put this Ja Morant. Man, you was making me look like a genius for a while until you got hooked up into Memphis culture. I was looking like a fucking genius. I was looking like a genius.
I was thinking
Bro,
about
I'm like,
that all week. I was thinking
bro,
about that all week.
I was looking like a genius. Like, damn, you was balling, you was having y'all in the playoffs, and Zion is hurt, and now you want to be a gangster. Like, what? What?
Man,
Like,
here's the thing. Now, this is the story how I caught on to this happening. So we usually have a good schedule set on Sunday. We go out, we go to service, and then we're going by family. And we get by family. I'm sitting down, and my niece, is going through, thumbing through her phone, and she's like, "Oh, John Morant got in trouble again." I'm like, "No, that was like a couple of months ago. That was like a month or two ago." He said it's probably clickbait. I go into
no.
it. The first thing I'm looking for is the date. The date is Sunday's date, the 14th. I look.
Mother's Day.
I said,
His dumbass got caught on Mother's Day.
I said, this gotta be fake. I said, this gotta be fake news, man. It's gotta be fake news. It's gotta be April Fools. It's gotta be one or the other. I said, ain't
Nah,
no
we
way.
in May, dog. We in May.
I know, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. I said, ain't no way that this dude, not even 2 months later, after the apology tour and a self-proclaimed, suspension, that this dude get caught doing the same thing. I said, say, bro, this ain't real. I know it's not real. What are you thinking? You're one. I'm not even about to sit here and try to make up any kind of trying to advocate for this guy at all.
You can't.
There's certain things you just can't do. You are a personified superstar in the league where you're damn near the face of the league. You're damn near there because all this other talent that we're still kind of in whose era, we're kind of getting past that. And now we're getting to, these young guys, and I think you're kind of leading the charge. 3 years ago, you were the second pick. Like, okay, Zion was number one. People going to talk about Zion, but you was number two. And you're turning this franchise around. You've been in the playoffs ever since you landed here.
Except for his first year. Except for
one.
Year.
Except for his rookie year. But my guy, what are you doing? You messing up. In the words of Chappelle, you effing up.
Listen, and I saw it. I remember when we went through this before. I said, change your friends. His dumb ass friend realized what he did and tried to hide it. Instead of him deleting that shit to him, or like if it's live or whatever, turn the live off before somebody can, save it. He, because it was so fast, he caught it that he dumbass left it up so people can screenshot it, show Job with the gun. His dumbass shouldn't have been. First of all, he shouldn't have had the gun. Josh should not have had the gun. Like,
Well,
dude, you had 8. You went to therapy for 8 days. I don't know who the fuck passed his therapy in 8 days, but he went to 8 days. You knew you was on a thin line. It was on zero tolerance. You know you was on that with guns. Why the fuck would you pull out why?
So here's the thing. Now, the friend, like I said, I'm not trying to advocate, but the friend shouldn't have, hey man, let me go ahead and record. You don't have to do that. Like, I'm already on thin ice. Like, you don't have to sit here and record. If you were to do it, you could do it in the comfort and be like, you know what? I just sit here and record for my purposes. Like, I can I can record and not be live.
But I think he was on a live. So he was live.
That's what I'm saying. He could have avoided that whole thing. Like, say, bro, if I'm the money, if you know I'm already on thin ice, that the country already sees me, already painting me a certain color, don't sit here and add, gas to the fire.
I can't blame the friend, dude. I can't blame the friend. I gotta blame Jack, because Jack gotta be smarter than that. He up there vibing and he seen his friend with a phone. So I guess he thought his friend wasn't gonna video him doing that with the gun. He thought, but he thought wrong. Because I'm like this. If I'm on zero tolerance for a gun, man, you did better holding up a knife than that fucking gun. You could have did anything else but have a gun. They say, Ja, don't touch any more guns. Don't be pictured with any more guns. They said that. They told him that. They promised him. They said, please, you got the whole world at your hands. Don't be caught with another gun. What do you do? Vibing out to music, pull up a gun like this. You're brandishing a weapon. Then people want to bring up Chris Kaman. He took photos in a gun shop.
So
he was in a gun shop, so that's okay. They're talking about LeBron when he took a picture with I think it was like a long rifle. He was him and Draymond. That's different. That's a photo shoot.
If you look at the photo shoot, if you look at those weapons don't have magazines in them.
Yeah,
it's just a firearm itself. Yes. However, I'm not gonna sit here and say that I know every state's gun law. I mean, I know with the state that I'm in Louisiana, you can't just brandish out your weapon like that. Like, that's kind of like rule number one. Rule number one of having a firearm here is no one knows you have a firearm. That's the way that I was told when
you can't brandish it.
Right. When I had my concealed carry and whatnot. I guess
if you don't have a concealed carry, you got to have it visible, but you can't brandish it. You can't be in your hand.
Right. You can't. Yeah. What he's doing is extremely dangerous.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's loaded. I'm pretty sure it's ready to rock and roll. If you do something and just, I don't know, let's say you have a twitch, then guess what? It's not only just one life that you're endangering. You're endangering multiple lives of folks that could be potentially in your environment. Yeah. Outside of aiming it straight down, like let's just say, if it's dirt, if it's solid dirt, then yes, you could be safe. But other than that, you up like this, bullets that go up must come down. And you don't know who's in that environment. You could have, you could have popped your partner. You could have flagged your partner.
Yeah.
It's not just your life that you have in your hand doing that. And for viewers, that's going to sit here and watch us maybe, a couple of days, weeks, whatever the case may be from now, we're not against, the right to bear arms, but you have a responsibility to be responsible with that firearm. And what he's going around doing, it was nothing. It was nowhere near safe. There's nothing that garnishes that says, you know what? Hey, we're just being super hard on him. We're picking on him.
Right.
We're not doing that at all. So don't even sit here and come up to us or send messages, getting our DMs talking about, well, you guys are against firearms. Ain't none of the sort.
No, I'm putting this way.
Nothing of the
I
sort.
don't care if they think we are. My thing is, it's this. It's the old school saying that my pops told me, the streets told me, don't pull that bitch out unless you're gonna use it.
Yep.
That's the old school adage. That's why these kids today they flashing them guns and still be getting popped because they pulling that shit out without using it. Don't pull it out. Don't pull them guns out unless you tend to use it. And if you pulling them out and something happens, like let's say, like you got a gun with no safety, and you pull the trigger by mistake, boom, somebody's dead, or you shot yourself. Man, we seen so many lives, people playing with guns, and somebody end up getting shot in the head. That makes no sense if you John Morant.
And here's another thing. Now, for those who may, view our show a few weeks ago, sometime in April, I rattled off some statistics regarding gun violence in our country. And at that then time, it was up to 172. If you do 172 and, just pretty much try to divide it by the time frame that we was in April. So that's 4 months. That's averaging, 43? That's 40. That's about 43 mass shootings in our country, and we're not doing. Yes, we're outraged, but there's nothing happening. There's no politician. There's no one that we 44. Put in power. 44. Wow. So the people that we elect to be in power to do something about it, and it's not that we're trying to take firearms away from people. It's making it to a point where we don't have episodes like this, because when I wake up in the morning and I send my children off to school, I best believe my intentions are that my children will return to me the way that I sent them out, which is unharmed. And we're at the point, where we're up here saying we're at an average of 40 plus mass shootings. It becomes very frightening, not only for myself, for my family, for the people around me, for the people that I love, like people that we interact with. Something can happen to that person because we're not doing anything about, we'll just be all loosey-goosey. Let me go out and do this because what I'm listening to, hey, man, you got to think, man, it's not just you. And you literally said that. You said that to the commissioner of the league. You said, you know what? I'm thinking, man, I'm not thinking. I'm going to do better. And turn around, weeks later, 6 weeks later, 6 weeks later, same thing. Hey, man, it's like these people are saying, man, it's time to cut some people off, man. It's just that time.
That lets me know that suspension was a sham. They just hid him for a couple of days till the heat went off because he really didn't learn shit.
Listen, we live in a society, you know what I'm saying? We live in a society that, like Eric mentioned, there's mass shootings sometimes once a week. You know what I'm saying? So people are sensitive to guns. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. There's people out there that really want to take that right away from you, but there are people out there that don't want the right taken away. They just want people to act more responsibly. And to me, in my opinion, they got to suspend him for the year.
I was just getting ready to ask.
I don't think they're going to suspend him for the year, but at least 50. You got to do at least 50.
I would say 50, the year.
They're not going to give him the year because it's going to hurt Memphis too much. Like,
I don't care.
I know, but 50, so, I think they're going to be knowing the NBA and Evan Silver is not like David Stern. It's going to be 50. It's going to be about 50, 30 to 50.
No, Adam Silver is nothing like like David Stern at all.
David Stern would have
However,
suspended him the first time he did it. Like he would have suspended him. Like,
so
But maybe
I'm
he
thinking
should have been suspended the first time
he
because maybe he would have learned his lesson.
Yeah, he
I'm
should
thinking
have.
different errors because you have. I'm not saying anything against Adam Silver, but
He's soft.
I haven't really heard. I really haven't heard much of a collective bargaining agreement until we got into this era, until we got to this commissioner or whatnot. And then, with that being said, you're gonna come up with these guys that's gonna advocate on behalf of players and former players and this, that, and the third. Be like, well, did you set a precedent? Did you say, okay, this first time that he got caught, was it like, or here's this clear tier. Tier 1 is 10 games. Tier 2 is 15 games plus a fine, so on and so forth. But I don't know. Everything's remain to be seen. I don't believe he's going to get the year because just like I said, there's no precedent. And you just can't just sit here and slap it just because everyone's outraged. You can't try things based on publicity. You have to go through your actual channels. You have to go through your proper protocols, investigations, your findings, and says, you know what? I have to set this up. Okay, I found this offense. Before we got to this offense, we had A, B, C, D to get through first. Well, seeing as is, we got well past that. Now I can start saying, okay, I can find him for this. I can find him for that. I can take away a couple of games for this. And then you can start saying, you know what? All right, now I'm going to get to him, and I'm a somewhat set up in his mind before he gets a camera, before he gets a phone, camera, friends, whatever the case may be, and be like, well, before I do this, I'm gonna start thinking about this because I don't want to ruin it for my child, because John Moran is a father. He's a father of a beautiful young girl. He's setting up his parents, and for athletes that do that, that's usually the first thing that they say. I want to take care of mama. Your mom is still with you. We just finished celebrating Mother's Day. You know, your dad is always
been with his damn mama. He should have been with his mama instead of being out with his friend. He should have been with his damn mama. That's what the hell happened.
Like,
I mean, I see what you're saying, Eric, but I would agree with you more if it was something that he did, let's say, a year ago, and then he slipped up again a year later. This is not even 2 or 3 months after all of this. You know what I'm saying? This is still, the first time is still fresh in our heads. So now, to me, you got to pay. You know what I'm saying? You got to pay, whether it's 50 games, whether it's a season, whether it's 100 games. But then now this is your time to set your precedent. If you get caught brandishing a weapon because you are a representative of the NBA. You're not just representing Memphis. You're not representing, the state, the team, or whatever. You represent the National Basketball Association. And now, within the last 3 months, you've broken the rule twice.
But I don't think
I'm saying a year, because if they catch a motherfucker gambling, not even on their sport, if they find them gambling, they're done for a year and have to reapply into the league. I think at this point, maybe you need to send this message to Ja that, okay, you fucked up again. You're suspended for the year. And at the end of next season, now you have to reapply and see, and you're going to have to do all the shit that supposedly you did. Therapy, anger management, whatever it is that they're going to lay on the line. Now it's time to enforce it. If you're going to smack them on the hand again, it's not going to do nothing.
I think the gambling stuff is more of an NFL problem than the NBA. I just think the NBA don't have a president, like Eric said, president for it. It's because nobody really got caught brandishing the gun, so there's really no rule for it. So that's the thing. Now they got to develop a rule. So they gave him 8 games. So that means the next person who brandishes a gun, their first offense is 8 games, because that's the precedent you saw. You said.
Unless they change it.
Yeah, I say he get 8 games because that's Jai setting the precedent. So got 8 games. This next one, I say half the NBA, more than half of the NBA season, 50 games would be enough to get your point across without pay. You missing 50 games, you know how many millions of dollars Jai will be losing if he missed 50 games without pay? That will
So
get it. Now, if he don't get it
let
after
me
50 games, being out 50, then he ain't gonna never get it.
let
Yep.
me follow that up with a question. So now it's not just NBA money. Now let's think about endorsements. Now I think the two biggest ones that I can think off the top of my head is Nike and Powerade. If YouTube, now take the bias out of it. Now
Yeah,
you set up a business, you had to know, you had to go into it knowing the type of person that you sign to be
yeah.
a face of your business.
But he didn't
Now, do
show
you
this
still
before he
stand by him?
signed, though. But he didn't show this before he signed. So after he signed those big contracts, that's when his ass started to show. If I was Nike and if I was fucking Powerade, the first time he pulled the gun out, I pulled out. Like, you know
Well,
what?
Yeah.
these are multi-million dollar corporations too. So it's
Yeah,
not like they just sent, me, you, and Jay out and be like, hey
yeah,
man, let's
I
just
get
spend a
it.
day
But
on
no,
me.
people can hide shit this enough. I'm gonna be on my best behavior. I got the representative of Nike and Powerade coming. I'm gonna be on my best behavior. I'm gonna be, Murray State Jaw. Before the tax. I'm gonna be Murray State Jaw. I'm good. I'm gonna sell it. I'm a good guy. Yeah, I don't do none of that. Soon as I get the money, yeah, come the guns. I'm like, dude, we gotta cut bait, dog. Like, I'm being real, we gotta cut bait. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't
He could
want
have.
to do that.
He
I
like
put
he said he could have cost himself millions and millions of dollars because of this second fuck up.
he already lost the Powerade commercial. They didn't pull the commercials when he first did the shit. So I think Powerade about to pull out. Nike kind of tied into him because they just dropped the new shoe. So it's gonna be harder for Nike to pull out. But Powerade can say, you know what, take him off the bottles. They
Right.
crucified Allen Iverson for less.
Yes. Yes.
Like, come on,
They
man.
man, and that's the
They
thing.
crucified Allen Iverson.
What we talked about job before the tattoos, literally, they was on AI for his tattoos.
Yes.
Now, everybody may think that arm sleeve was a statement, but I mean, as far as my understanding and what I've come to read in the past, the NBA forced him to cover up a certain tattoo. So if it went a certain way, he had to wear that sleeve, and then it just caught on and be like, you know what? Well, I don't feel certain, blows that I might get during the game, and then I guess that's how it became
His
a
style.
signature for him, a certain style to a degree. But at
Mhm.
first, that thing was just there to be like, hey, a tattoo, we can't have that. We can't. The cameras are picking up everything, and I don't want nobody reading this, or I don't even know what the tattoo says. Like I just know
I
you have to
want
cover
the
it up.
only the strong survive or some shit like that. I think it's something like that he had on his own. They didn't want that shit shown. I don't know.
Yeah,
Some kind of symbol or some shit it was. Didn't want on there. And think about it. Ja Morant is these kids today's Allen Iverson. They look at him like we looked at Allen Iverson.
Yeah.
And then look what you're doing. Your kids want to be Ja Morant. So if I have a kid that wants to be Ja Morant, now they see Ja Morant pulling out guns, what you think kids gonna do? Because kids don't understand the gravity of things. Hey,
they
Ja
really
Morant
don't.
doing it. Let me gritty with the gun in my hand and they kill themselves.
Yeah, and
And
it doesn't even take much. It doesn't take
yes,
much to be impersonable on these kids, you know. And I will always use this. This is gonna be my go-to. This is gonna be my North Star as far as with viral videos or whatever. The fire challenge, like
oh
it
my
took
God.
little to nothing for that to take off. Like dudes put a dab of alcohol, be like, man, look, yeah, look, check this out. 15 minutes of flame, whoosh. Say, bro, ain't no way. There is
Ain't no way I'm burning
no
myself.
way, no way. And with this guy doing this, that it's gonna take little to nothing. That people just gonna be like, you know what? If I find me a firearm, it's gonna be that. I'm gonna be like Ja. I'm gonna do what Ja does because he's young, rich, and successful.
Yeah,
And the only thing he's doing is getting a slap on the wrist. He's just losing, I don't know, the equivalent of $5. I mean, it's not a
that's
lot to
why I
him.
say
And,
that's why I
and
say 50. Give them
in
50 games.
today's society, you know, I don't know what minimum wage is now. I want to say it's $8. I don't know.
$7.25 in Louisiana.
Something
$7.25.
like that. Whatever minimum wage is, they're still gonna be like, well, I could lose that because I'm still up by 3 if you make it minimum wage.
Yeah.
Nah, it's hey man, you really gotta think. You have to think. You have to think, young man.
And I want to go on to T. Morant. Stop being your son's friend. Once again, his ass would have left the house. Like after they got eliminated. Nah, bro, we got some talking to do. You not about to cost all me money, the money that I put into you to make you successful. You're not about to ruin that. We'd have had a nice little chat. Like, no, you're gonna leave these bonehead friends alone. You're gonna leave them alone because they don't mean you no good. And now he should see that his friend set him up by accident. Bro, you gotta be more careful. Look, who knows? We don't know what LeBron. We don't know what LeBron is doing. We don't know what Draymond or these other people are doing because there's no cameras. We don't know. They probably be doing something worse. We don't know if LeBron upping up weapons, but you'll never know. You'll never know because he has no cameras. That man is never in the limelight. You better learn from him. Even though I don't like him as a basketball player, you better learn from the LeBron model of staying out the limelight. Like with that dumb shit. Like that dude never got caught doing dumb shit. That's what I gotta give him credit for. Even Kobe got caught up doing dumb shit.
Yeah, he slept with that chick.
Yeah, Jordan got caught up with gambling. We know that's why he retired the first time.
That's why his father got killed.
I'm just saying that's why he retired the first time was because that was a gambling suspension. And yeah, I'm just saying LeBron is really him, Kareem, people like that never got caught up. They need to.
Well, if we talking about LeBron, let's try this one on for size. Now, John Morant came up in a 2-parent household.
Yes.
And LeBron came up in one parent household. So I'm not trying to say this like, it's a bad thing.
He has,
but you got to think I'm thinking back to what Coach Prime says, and I'm sorry, Anthony.
That's what we're saying. It has to be over 30, bro. I'm going for 50. Like 50 sounds like a round number, and it sounds harsh. If I tell you, hey, bro, we only got 82 games, you sitting out more than half. Your ass to get right next time.
See, and I'm being a hater. I think he should go. Yeah. He should be out the season.
And then I'm like this now
of no pay.
I'm like this now. If I was Adam Silver, this is what I would do. I gave you 8 games the first time. Okay, 50 this time. If you do the stupid shit again, you're banned for 2 years. No
two.
You're banned for 2 years if you got caught for the third one. If you pull it out 4 times, you're out the league.
Man, and that contract, hold up, let me do the math on that real quick.
Dude, you do the math on that, how much he'll lose. So if you pull it out a third time, right, you're gone for 2 years. If you pull that bitch out the 4th time, you are banned from the league.
He'll be going to play in Egypt and shit like that. He's going to play.
40%.
Go play in Taiwan with Dwight Howard. Yep, go play in Taiwan with Dwight Howard.
That is 40% of that man's new contract. I mean, new lucrative contract. You take him out for 2.
Dude, would you respect it? If you were Ja Morant and I told you, okay, hey, Eric, you got caught with a gun the first time. I gave you 8 because I felt sorry for you. Oh, now you're going to slap me in the face on Mother's Day. I got to deal with this shit on Mother's Day? Okay, you got 50. Now sit out and relax. Now you pull that bitch out again, you got fit. You going for 2 years. You pull it out
2 years.
For
that is 40% of
done.
This man.
Now, Eric,
deal.
if you were Ja Morant, if you were Ja Morant and I came to you with that plan, would you pull out? Would you touch a gun again?
Hell nah.
Shit.
Yo, honestly,
2 years.
Honestly, if it was me, I would have learned my lesson the first time. You know what I'm saying? Like the first time suspended 8 games, you had to go do whatever mental thing, whatever, go see a doctor, all that stuff I would have learned the first time. You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna pull out a gun, it's gonna be like if I go to a shooting range, then yeah, look, I take my gun out, I'm shooting at a target, not sitting in the passenger seat of the car listening to music. You know what I'm
I'm like
saying? Like,
I'm like this though, Jay. We from a different era. See, this era is of the entitled kids. Josh starts that entitled kid era. Like you said, the 2-parent households. Like I know you're gonna get with Dion. They're entitled. Hell, my son who lives with me is entitled. Being real, because it's 2 parents. They're entitled. They think they're entitled to everything. Even you tough on them, they think they're entitled to everything.
well, that's why your idea of the his family telling him you ain't gonna fuck this shit up for me. He don't care. These
No, the
kids
thing
today
is, they're
don't
not.
care.
No. See, what would have happened was I'd have put my foot up John Morant's ass if I was his son, with his daddy. If I was his daddy, my foot would have been up his ass the first time he did it.
You're right.
I said, I will beat your ass every time you fuck up. And everybody know if you had a whipping by your no whipping is worse than the one by your father. Because hey, Chuck whooped me before. And he said, you'll never feel a lick hard as this one. Pow. And to this day, I have never felt a lick harder than that one. So I would have gave John Morant a punch so hard, his damn great grandkids would have felt that punch. Like,
and I'm all for what we talking about, but this is, obviously by me having a young daughter. Like I have a young daughter, and I'm not trying to, take anything away from any of my children. However, when I first got into service, my daughter was on the way, and everybody just seen it on my face. I didn't talk much. I didn't say nothing. They just seen that I was going at it and being. I mean, when I was first going through it, I was like, I'm here for everything. I'm here for all the licks, the bruises. If you gotta sit here and cuss me out, whatever. It's like they seen it on my face. It's like, oh, there's something else motivating this guy. And my hope for Ja and for somebody who may stream this and may even show Ja, look at your daughter and say to yourself, is it worth it to jeopardize her future? Because what you're doing is going to tie to her. So moving forward, and this is my cry to you, that you look in the eyes of your daughter and hopefully your future children and say, hey, do I want to set this up for them? Is this the legacy I want to set for them?
And it's like you gotta do it for yourself. Why do all that work to undo it to be a gangster, dog? Most gangsters trying to get rich. You already rich. Like, bro, you are already rich. You have already made it. Why are you trying to go back to the streets? Like, dude, it doesn't make sense. That's why I know he grew up in the suburbs. These damn suburban kids. They want to be hard so bad. Why do you want to struggle? Like, why the fuck do you want to struggle? Like, why? Why do you want to struggle? That's what I want to know. I need to act. I want to have a one-on-one with you. Why do you want to struggle so bad? Bro, you ain't never had to have fucking making up ghetto grilled cheese and shit. You ain't never had to eat a fucking syrup sandwich because you ain't never had.
Boy, you bringing it back.
I'm just saying, bro, you ain't never had to fucking struggle, man.
You said that. It brings me back to my earliest memory. And my grandma, I used to live with my grandma. She's in, the heart of, I guess, it's not the greatest part of the city, but at the same time, we had our issues. Now, I'm thinking back, I had to be maybe 4 or 5 years old. And I can recall one night, some guy was trying to get away, I guess from the police, something going on. He fired off a couple of shots, and the shots was right there next to the bedroom where I was. I mean, it's late because all the lights are all out. We're all asleep. Next thing I know, I'm on the floor. Here's my grandparents covering me up. My grandpa grabbed his piece. He's out there. Grandpa made a beeline straight to the front room. Like, that's all it took for me to know that I don't ever want not alone myself, along my children being around it. Like you said, these children nowadays have this sense of entitlement. It's like, say, bro, I don't ever want to go back to that. I don't want to go
I
to a
don't,
place. I was in good sleep.
bro. I
This
know
man
about
ringing
going
those
under the
shots
bed.
right next to the door, next to the bedroom where we're at. And next thing I know, everybody on the floor. I'm getting covered up by something. Boy,
Yeah, I'm just
I
like, yeah, I
never want to
understand that
experience that
one,
ever
man.
again.
Going under the bed because they shooting. Man, my pops lived in the Magnolia Projects. Same was Cash Money be repping and all that. He lived in the Magnolia Projects. I had to go
Yeah,
visit
boy.
my grandma in that Magnolia Project. And he said,
Is
bro,
that
don't look up. He said, keep looking down, don't look up. They got snipers on the roof. That's why the police didn't go in there. Like, just look down. Just keep looking down. Look,
And
you know how bad a place.
as entitled as the kids are today, if you were to take that time to say, all right, I'm gonna talk to John Morant, he gonna turn around and tell you, mind your fucking business.
And I'm like this. Well, you about to be broke like me. Keep going. You're gonna be living paycheck to paycheck. Keep going the way you want to do. What you
I'm
want
gonna
to do?
bring
You
him
want
a
to live
man.
paycheck
I'm gonna
to
bring him a fucking mayonnaise sandwich. Here you go.
paycheck?
Might as well get
Eat this
used to
shit.
these, bro.
Yeah. Bring that boy some spam. I'm gonna say, you want to do what? You want to know what? You want to live
man?
paycheck to paycheck? You want to know what it is to live paycheck to paycheck? Go ahead. I said I do that now, but I say I know how I used to be. Had to live paycheck to paycheck. God has blessed me with a lot, but I
Struggle
know how
bills
it
are
lives to
real.
paycheck to paycheck. This I can tell this young dude never had to learn about living paycheck to paycheck because his parents took care of him. Then he went to college, and now he's in the NBA. So he don't know what it's like to, hey, you know what? I'm going to save this money this week because I can't get what I want this week. I got to save it up for a couple months to get what I want. He ain't gonna be able to handle that.
To live where you gotta find the can opener that's on your key ring and get whatever cans that you whatever that was saved from 4 or 5 years ago from 1978 and you was born in the 80s. Say, bro, you ain't grow up rough like we did, man. That
Man,
wasn't
eating
that's not
King
your life.
vitamin cereals. If people won't know, that's the
Man,
ghetto
look,
Captain Crunch. That shit tore up the
man.
roof of your mouth worse than
Oh,
Captain Crunch.
ooh
Fucking
wee.
King Vitamin, man.
Get it ever. But that's
Look,
the
I'm
only
talking
thing
about,
you got in the house. You gonna
look,
have
I
it to
want
eat.
Captain Crunch. You gonna get this King Vitamin in the. I think it was like a polar bear on the frosting flakes. It was like box or like it was like frosted
What?
Yeah.
something. Like damn
Everything
polar bear on there. I'm like, what
Yep.
happened to the tiger? The fucking polar bear.
everything that you see on a regular cereal is gonna be a complete opposite. Instead of the 3 L's for the Rice Krispies, and guess what? You got one elf and look like he loaded a hide, and they gonna
You
call
got
it
Tyrone
Crispex.
Jiggins on the Rice Krispie box, man.
And look,
He up there smoking crack on the fucking box.
like, say, bro, this ain't the cartoon I'm used to looking for. Is the one that you're gonna get.
Listen, he
The one
doesn't
you
come.
gonna get.
He doesn't come from the age. I come from the age where every month they gave you a big block of cheese like this.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
I
that's
You
remember.
know what I'm
Oh, I
saying? Those are the
remember.
best grilled cheese sandwiches. He don't know
Man,
how it is to live like
government
that.
cheese is good as fuck.
and the commodity cheese, man.
He didn't know. He don't know what it is. His family has, had money. Maybe not as much money as what Ja has now, but his family was in money. He was raised the right way. What makes him think all of a sudden that he's like that he's from that lifestyle?
I
You
have
know
a
what I'm
real
saying?
question.
I'm gonna pull out my gun. I'm tough. I'm from the streets. The streets of where? I just don't
Let's
get it.
find out. I know he's from South Carolina and he's from the suburbs of South Carolina.
Right. Him and Zion.
Yeah, so what they used to doing, tipping cows and shit. Stick to tipping cows, bro.
He is from Columbia, South Carolina. Nope, he's not from
We
South.
haven't seen him shooting.
No, I'm sorry.
Anthony.
Dalzell, South Carolina. I never heard of it.
That's probably some little dirt spot in the middle of North Carolina. You blink and you already went through
The
town. That's how big it
population
is.
is 3,175. 3,175. Ain't that big. It's like this fucking big. Motherfucker, you ain't from the hood.
That means that whole town was a hood. You know what I'm saying? 3,000 people. That was a hood. That wasn't even a town.
Everybody knew everybody.
Yep.
It's a fucking town, man. You come from a town, man. You can't be up there talking about you gangster, man. I ain't never heard nobody from Dalzell, South Carolina being gangster, man. Come on, man.
Look,
You're not even from North Carolina. If you say you from Raleigh, I'm like, okay, you like that. I have never heard nobody say, yep. Yep, South Carolina, they gangbanging.
Nope.
Be aware of South Carolina. They got so many bloods in South Carolina.
The only thing I've heard about South Carolina is if you live there, your kids go to college for free.
Wow.
That's all I've heard about South Carolina. That if you're a resident of South Carolina, you can go to any South Carolina college for free. That's all I've ever heard of South Carolina.
We see Tiger Frosted Flakes. We see a polar bear flakes. The damn polar bear flakes used to be soggy as shit too. They get soggy real fast.
The moment the milk touch it, dang, bro.
I ain't never had that. Jai ain't never had Fruit Loops with the pigeon on it. It looked like a pigeon to me. The fucking Fruit Loop box that looked like a fucking pigeon on that motherfucker.
It's like the toucan. Yeah, no, that's his cousin.
Why is it a crow on this bitch? Like, come on, man. That's what he's trying to give his daughter.
Yeah, he's trying to give her a crow.
Man,
yeah, like, what the fuck? I'm like, bro, this makes zero sense. It's like you want to be a gangster, and I find this in suburban kids. Cause I talked to a few when I went to work at the juvenile prison. You can get a lot of people from the suburbs, like come to New Orleans want to be gangster. Come from 2-parent households. You see a lot of them being followers. I'm like, dude, your mom's a nurse. What the fuck are you doing in here? Like, dude, why you want to be a gangster? Your mom has money. You don't have to rob somebody because your mom got it. Your mom didn't have to clean fools like mine. Fuck, she ain't got no hard ass job. I see the nurses where I work. They sitting down most of the shit.
Nurses up here start at like $30-something an hour. So if you're a nurse anywhere, you're making good money.
Yeah, look, you got a good job. What are you doing here? He couldn't answer. I'm like, your dad's an engineer. Your mom's a nurse. Bro,
stop.
You are set
up the money. Stop messing up the money. That's it. I ain't got nothing else for you, bro.
The only thing that's good about the fact that he messes up his money here is that he can go and play European basketball. That's the only, and he's not going to make as much money over there as he could have made here, but he can always make money.
What's up, Tristan? He got bored in the suburbs and want to be gangster.
Yeah.
Bro, look, I don't get it. It's a suburban kid thing. They all want to be hood. Even when I moved out of New Orleans into the, I guess you could say, rural suburbs, the people where I live at, the kids want to be hard. I'm like, you motherfuckers will get ate alive in the city. Like, stop acting like you fucking hard.
Yo,
before somebody who hard beat your ass and take your money, man.
It'll take someone taking his money for him to understand. And if you want to shift, let's go shift just a little bit over. Let's pivot over to the WNBA with Miss Griner. Now, she up there and tried overseas, and she only did that so she can maintain the lifestyle, because we may think because of the FaceTime that she gets this X amount of money, which she does not. Mm-hmm. And she's already said that, hey, look, I got a wife and family to support. And I'm not in her business like that, but she went overseas to try to get that money. And now she's at the point where she's like, I'm never going to cross seas unless she's representing the countries that she lives in, that she's a citizen of, because they get paid and it's gonna add some money in her pocket. But it took her not getting money in an organization in the organization that we think that she should get paid because she does the same thing that Ja's doing, playing basketball, doing what she loves, but she's not as handsomely paid as Ja is. And if it comes to push come to shove, and people start backing away from you, mainly your main job, which is the NBA playing basketball, you're going to
he
lose
lost
your
his
love for the game.
Nike cut ties with him.
If Nike, hey, Adidas took a big hit when they lost Kanye, and I'm sorry to get off of sports for a minute,
but
good. Kanye, when Kanye left Adidas, it was a hit, but the gap was always Nike, then somebody else. Adidas kind of closed it to a degree, and then when they dropped Kanye, it was like, okay, but I'm still right underneath Nike. So it's certain things that you're just going to have to live with. Nike's already the king of the mountain. Losing whatever that signature that you have with Ja, okay, it might hurt you, but you're head and shoulders over these other people.
And I just looked it up. He didn't lose his deal, but they pulled his shoes off their website, so you can only find them in Dick's Sporting Goods, and other retailers, and like Flight Club. They said, and you got to find them in the outlet stores if you really want to find them. You got to look for them. He's still a Nike person. He gonna lose money because you know what? You get bonuses for how much shoes you sell. So he about to feel that shit.
And shout out to KD for having that lifetime deal.
Yep, another one.
He
won't get a lifetime deal.
Yeah, that's it.
Jai's not getting a lifetime deal. Better try Reebok.
Listen, I don't care how nice Ja Morant is. I'm not spending $110 on no fucking sneakers.
Bro, those might be $50 or $30 now, bro. Your best time to buy Ja Morant sneakers is right now because this shit is low.
Hey, I don't know about low, but it won't be 100. But you still
won't be 100. It might be you going into the clearance sale. No, look, you know how they do. You go to Nike outlets, though, they gonna cut them bitches in half. They gonna be $55. All these bitches must go. That's what they gonna do. He gonna be like them Air Monarchs. It's gonna be it's gonna be like the price of them bitches.
Not the Dad Force Ones, man.
He gonna have one of them bitches.
Oh,
Nike cut Ja Morant. Nah, they didn't cut him. Like I said, they just took his shoes off the website for now. I just read that on Bleacher Report. He took it off for now. It's like he's suspended. He's suspended from Nike, and he's suspended for the fucking. He need to be suspended for the fucking league for at least 50. I'm like that. He need to get 20 for the incident and 30 for being so damn stupid. That's why I can't ride 50.
Well, it's gonna have to hit his pocket some way somehow.
Ja sneakers coming to a Raw store. You might find them. You might find them if you want.
You might
them,
find those shits in Dollar General if he keeps it up.
Shit. At your local gun store, the new Ja Morant shoe, because since he like to shoot guns and shit, man, like this don't make fucking sense, man.
You buy a 9mm, you get a free pair of Ja ones.
We've been talking about Ja Morant for 40 minutes. Let's talk about the NBA playoffs. Before we last was here, we was in the semifinals, and since then, 2 semifinal coaches have got fired: Doc Rivers and Monty Williams. Only one I agree with. Only one coach I fucking agree with getting fired.
No.
And that's Doc Rivers. Monty Williams didn't deserve to get fired from the Suns.
Now, from my understanding, so we know, or if people didn't hear, Phoenix, new owner, the Phoenix Suns kind of went through a whole new. Somebody bought the organization, so this new guy comes in, and after the series was over, he just had a conversation with Monty, and from the end of it, Monty lost his job. So I have no idea how that conversation went. I can only, speculate. I don't know the heart. I don't know the mind of this new owner. I don't even remember his name. The only thing that I remember about him, the only thing I remember about him is him having an interaction with Jokic, and Jokic kind of nudging him, and potentially Jokic could have got suspended, which would have been bull crap.
Matt Ishaba.
Yeah, it's your bug. Some shit like that.
Some stuff like that, whatever. And he came up and he said that he didn't want Jokic suspended because the whole the interaction that happened. It was just a heat of the moment type of a deal. First of all, from the tape, if you view it, it wasn't enough for a suspension to me on either side. And say my man Ishaba, you'll never be what Ballmer is to the Clippers. Like when this dude took over, it's like this dude, that was the best. This guy looks like that's been the best purchase of his life. Like he's like, say, bro, I want a basketball team. Like I'm all in it. Like he's Mark Cuban. Like he's like he's Uncle Phil to Mark Cuban's Will Smith to me. Like I'm that, and I can teach you how to be better, if that makes sense. But
right,
as far as this guy, you firing Monty Williams, I mean, if it
said
turns out that
they said he never liked Monty Williams. They said Ishaba never liked.
To me, he doesn't have a basketball mind because
no, you don't.
I don't know whether to thank you or not. Because if I could get Monty Williams to come back up here and my coaching staff, I'm gonna shake your hand, brother. I'm gonna go to that Phoenix game. I'm gonna get down there. I'm gonna hold a big old sign. Thank you, Ishaba.
Come on to Detroit, Monty. You already tried New Orleans. You already tried Phoenix.
He did.
Come on to Detroit, baby.
The coaching staff. I got my coach.
Come on back to Detroit. Come on to Detroit, baby.
Coach. But
look, we got a pair of bus waiting for you.
Part of the staff. I'd love for you to be a part of the staff.
Y'all got Willie Green already, man. Willie Green is a good coach.
Willie Green. But guess what?
Come on back to Detroit. We got a pair of Cartier buffs waiting for you.
Hey,
bro, Mo, you know exactly how it is. Your team won't end up with Monty. Your team will end up with Doc Rivers.
Oh, bro, it better not. I swear to God, they do that. I will not be. I would. See, look. Every time somebody try to speak against my team, their team gets Doc Rivers. I mean, gets the person they say I'm supposed to get. Remember,
he ain't coming to New York. He's not coming to New York.
No, we not get Doc, but they say they are interested in Monty Williams, the Pistons. And if we'd have got Wembley, they'd have went all in for Monty. But now they're just trying to vet the process now. We didn't get that. We're going to talk about that later. We got screwed. but Monty Williams deserves to get fired at least one more year with the Suns. I think if you do it one full year with KD and see what he can do, then if he don't go anywhere, then you could talk about firing. But the dude had less than a season, less than a season.
And honestly, you're right. It was rash because the Suns, okay, you were legit 2 years ago, and last year, you got hit by the injury bug, and who knows what you could have had if Chris Paul would have been on the floor, because you went all in. You got your mercenary in KD, and I guess you thought KD would have carried, majority of the load, but obviously history didn't show you well enough, because when he tried to carry the load from how teams just hey, here's a plan in Brooklyn, and then, okay, well, we don't have a plan. Now let's just rely on KD running 48 minutes a game. That doesn't work. And with Phoenix, you could have did something with that lineup. Like, okay, cool. Yeah. You got a starting four, in my opinion. You're going to have to move them people around. Like, everybody can't be at the floor at the same time. KD, I need you to take over the first and the third. Booker, I need you for the second and to end this thing. Like, I need to work this rotation out to where it's going to not be so much wear and tear on your body. And even if I don't have everybody on the floor at the same time, I'm still got my foot on the gas. You know what I'm saying? And with you losing Chris Paul, okay, well, it's up to you, Booker. It's up to you, KD. Well, one thing I gotta do is just wet him out. Because if they gotta be 90% of the offense, and by the way, this Booker averaging 30 points in that series and the amount of 40 plus minutes, that's not talked about enough. Like, that dude is a legit star. Like, Booker has arrived, and I can't see why we're not talking about that. Although it was a defeat on the team's end, but y'all not gonna sit there and put no blame on this dude when he's performing like that. Like, damn. You go out and I don't know, in an open run at the gym, and you try to shoot 30 points a game on 40 minutes out there. You try to do it with 80% shooting effectiveness. You go out and do that. If you go out and do that, by all means, then you can hang Booker all you want. But I guarantee you ain't doing it in the gym, much less doing it in the pros. So let's get rid of that. But Phoenix.
I have a hot take for Eric about the Heat.
Okay.
We get to it.
I'm here for it.
And this Doc Rivers deserved to be fired, even though I heard it was James Harden to get him fired. That's the best thing James Harden ever could do. That's the most mediocre coach I have ever seen is fucking Doc Rivers. He sees all across the board. He doesn't make adjustments well. He blows multiple leads. He has lost 10 game sevens.
How do you have the MVP,
yes,
former MVP?
That's the only MVP never made the conference finals, by the way. That's the only MVP that made it.
You're up 3-2. One of these closeout games are on your floor.
Yes.
Now, I'll forgive you for one of these games. I'll forgive you if you don't get the one on your floor, but you won on their floor before. You got the reigning MVP, and in a closeout game, you can't have the offense run through him where he's only I don't even remember what he shot. I think he had 13 points in game 7. You can't run the offense effective enough for him to be productive. You can't get James Harden out of whatever he was, because I think he wasn't even at 20. I don't think. Like, say this is what these moments are for. Instead of this guy coming into the presser, and this is Embiid talking. No one can win alone. No, you can't win alone, but the type of help you got, and I guess I'm not trying to
James
get
fucking Harden. Him, we talking about him and Harden can't win alone. Bro, y'all had a team. Y'all was like number 3 in the East. Y'all had a team.
That right there, that presser told me, hey man, coach is on the way out. Like, that's why I posted the meme in our message board the way I did. I looked at that. I didn't even watch the game. I went to sleep. I had, it was just brutal. And when I found out in the morning, I said, oh my God, that guy's fired. I said, I got the perfect meme for this. And sure enough, you fired, right? I know you fired. You don't even have to tell me tomorrow that dude fired because they lost the series. My man, when Embiid sat there and made that pressure, that reminded me, that was so familiar of Van Gundy and Dwight Howard when they had their little beef. And they was up there interviewing Van Gundy, and then it was like, so here's the question asked about Dwight. Do Dwight want you on the way out? And Dwight comes slide in there at that perfect time and says, I love my coach. I'm hugging him up. I said, oh, he out the door. Oh, they just doing this for, for publicity. And I'm like, oh, you on the way out. And by Embiid doing that, that's exactly what they reminded me of. I said, oh, so basically you want to say coach is out, but you can't say coach is out. So, like, you have to be my Luther, Mo. That required a Luther translator moment right there. Coach is on the way out.
Oh, you out. Got you. You're out the fucking door, Doc. That's what they told you. That's what they told you. Doc Rivers, you get the fuck out of here. That's what he's saying. Yeah, that's what he said. Oh, we need help. Oh, we need help because this motherfucker can't coach his way out of a paper bag. This motherfucker sucks He ain't do shit since Garnett, Allen, and Pierce. He is fucking shitty. He didn't do shit with the Clippers, and he making me lose into my prime. I am the MVP, and I should be on my way to the conference finals. We had him, and we make no adjustments. That's what he meant by all what he said.
All of that.
He didn't make adjustments. I'm like, how do you let Jason Tatum go for 51 in a game 7? It's Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. That's the only two they could score on Boston. Like, can torch you. Why would, when he got to 30, why the fuck nobody, you didn't double him? Fucking double team fucking Jason Tatum. Make Marcus Smart beat you. I would live for, I would live with Marcus Smart getting 40. Because that means shit. Well, he just was on that day. What is it likely going to happen? No, it's not going to happen. Marcus is not going to torch you for 40. I would have doubled Jason Tatum. I done went Alamo what he did on Headache. I'd have guarded that boy 94 feet.
94 feet.
He done went to the bench. I'd have sat next to him. I'd have said, go sit next to him. He had to go to the bathroom, go follow him. He is not going off. He's not Jay Tate. No, not Tatum. Not Tatum. He's not going to beat us. Their star is not going to beat us. And he dropped.
That's unbelievable, man.
Points in a game 7.
You're already there, man. Like, you in a closeout game, you in your home court. I mean, I don't remember exactly what's going on. I don't know what's going on there, but I know that the fans was just ready. It would have been the first time since 2001 that Philadelphia got there, and I mean, you just had everything going for you.
But Eric,
you got Embiid back at a good time.
I got you with one. Embiid scored 15 points in a game 7. He is not an MVP. They better not put him back in the MVP.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
You cannot be in the MVP race.
That was what I was waiting for you guys to calm down a little, because I was like, all right, Jason Tatum scored 50 points in a game 7, but how much did Embiid score? If you're the MVP, you're supposed to at least be the high scorer on your team.
James Harden scored 9.
9. He didn't even hit the double.
They said they need help. But Jaylen Brown outscored them. He's had 25. Jaylen Brown had 25. We're not even talking about Jason Tatum, who scored 51. Okay, that was ridiculous. The next leading scorer on Celtics outscored both of your stars, and that somehow is not Doc Rivers' fault. That one. They are choke artists. Them two are choke artists. The Embiid always get hurt or come up small in the biggest games. James Harden always comes smaller in the biggest games. He always goes small in the biggest games.
That's why
he is Shane Falco.
I don't understand.
Before he got to before he went to the recruits. To the replacements. Before he went, he was Shane Falco. Falls apart when the game's online. He has the Shane Falco.
Yeah, he ended up in the crappy ass Washington squad.
But they actually won. I'm just saying, look, before Shane Falco found who Shane Falco was, he was James Harden and he was Joel Embiid. That's who they are. They fall apart when the game is on the line. When has Embiid choked against Kawhi? When the shot hurt around the world? They was up 3-2 in that series.
They were.
I mean, why are we keep giving Embiid a pass? Why everybody keep giving this dude a pass like he that dude? Look, Embiid had a great regular season. I can't lie. I can't front. But in the playoffs, he is not my MVP.
Well, that's the thing. Good thing that the MVP is a regular season award. It doesn't translate to the postseason, because if I have to have a vote in who should be Finals MVP, I want Jimmy Butler to be the Finals MVP.
Well, there go Jimmy Butler get a ring. His one ring is worth more than LeBron's rings. I'm being real with you. That he wins this, with this crowd, his ring is worth more than any one of LeBron rings.
Why did we do that?
I'm
Why
being
did we do
real.
that?
I'm just saying
Why did we
that
do that?
ring. Look, if he went with this eight seed, if he wins the ring, I don't think I ever seen an 8 seed win. If he wins a ring with that squad, that shit is worth at least 6 rings, man. That shit at least worth 6 rings. This
I
gotta
don't
be
know.
the
We're gonna
greatest.
spoil on that one.
Listen, this shit gotta be the greatest playoff performance I've ever seen. This too.
Because that's, I mean, hey, like I said, regardless of the result, if Miami advances to the finals, regardless of that result, Jimmy Butler should be the finals MVP. Like, you gotta give that up, man. There ain't no way.
I think they can pull it off. Dude.
Nah, they've only had, it's from what I just looked up, they've only had 1 8 seed make it to the finals.
And that was the Knicks.
The Knicks in '99.
Yeah, the old. I said, wasn't that? No, it wasn't the OJ one, but I know it was. It was a strike season. I know it was something.
Yeah, it was the
season.
strike season. I think it was the OJ.
When they played.
No, OJ happened,
Yeah.
and then when y'all played the Rockets. OJ happened when y'all played the Rockets with Ewing. That would happen when y'all had Larry Johnson, Latrell Sprewell.
Oh
Yeah,
no, this one was us against San Antonio.
And that was Tim Duncan's first ring.
Yes.
Tim Duncan's first ring, and Avery Johnson going crazy, talking about, hey man, this one for New Orleans.
I ain't gonna lie. I was going for the Knicks in that series, bro. I'm like, man, bring the title back to New York. Bring that title to New York.
Yeah, I'm sick of cheering for the Knicks. Like I said, they're one superstar away from doing something. That's what it is. They got stars. They need a superstar.
Jalen Brunson is a superstar. He's going to be a superstar. Jalen Brunson is going to be a superstar.
They got some smoke because
it's close.
Dame Lillard sent out a tweet, and I think you got Knicks fans looking.
Y'all better make that trade. Make that trade, Jay. If Dame Lillard comes available, y'all better make that trade. Trade RJ Barrett and somebody else for Dame Lillard.
I'll give him Julius Randle too.
Yeah, throw them 2 in there and ship them to Portland. You got Brunson and Dame. Look, y'all can draft somebody or get somebody to come to New York, man.
Oh yeah, drafting.
Well, I don't know. I was looking at that draft list. I think our first round pick is going to somebody else. So we're not getting another
next year. So if we suck again, y'all might have a good pick next year. Because y'all have ours because we gave it to y'all for Jalen Duren. Y'all should have kept Jalen Duren because y'all needed a big man. Some stupid team will play hard. The 76ers going to pay him. Watch, the 76ers, he's going to be right back with that bum Embiid. I'm going to say it like that. And in playoffs, he's a bum. Let's be real. In playoffs, he's a bum. In the regular season, he's Tony Romo. That's the way I can put it. He's Tony Romo. So fucking, he
great
fired
in the year and choke in the playoffs.
Yes. It's weird. I just don't think, man, Embiid should be put in the MVP race no more. No more. Until you at least make a conference finals, bro. Like, come on.
Yeah, but the MVP is a season award. It's not a playoff award.
I know. I'm like this, though. I'm just saying it for me. It's my own thing. You shouldn't be in the conversation. You're the most valuable player. And you come up small in the playoffs. That's why the MVP should be voted on after the playoffs. I believe the playoffs should be included. Last time I checked, the playoffs is a part of the season.
It's part of the postseason. So here's the thing: points and everything that you do in the postseason don't count towards your regular stats. It's separate stats. That's like the play.
Look, you can keep all the other awards, but MVP of the whole year should be one MVP.
Nah, yeah, I don't know about all that, but
they're not gonna do it. But that's what it should be.
When you go to these new rules, I mean, who are you going to crown as MVP? Because a lot of these guys don't play anymore, especially if you're a superstar, if you're a legit superstar, all-star. You know, coach is going to be
Doc
like,
Rivers
well,
is overrated.
I want to save my player. I want to save my best for the playoffs, and they're going to make them rest. So let's just say let's use our favorite person that we like to use on the show. We like to say Zion, because Zion is always unavailable. So if we are resting Zion for 10 games, he's hurt for 20 plus games.
For 40.
Krispy Kreme.
Then he can't.
He on that John Morant
suspension. That's 50 he can't even get in consideration because he's not available. And although he's the best person on his team, he won't be considered, MVP because we arrested him and then he got hurt. So
I hate to say it. It was right. Jokic should have been the fucking MVP again. It's looking like it. Him and Jamal Murray should be number 2 in that race. Because I don't know what the fuck is going on with Jamal Murray. With Jamal Murray, you saw that game last night?
When he took off with like 4 minutes left.
He took off.
Say, all right, Lakers, y'all got a shot. Even though y'all effing up and these turnovers are crucial, you're still gonna hold it up. And Jamal Murray's like, yeah. How much time we got left? All right.
Yeah.
It's like
I'm like this. The best bet for Jimmy Butler to win a championship is for the Lakers to beat the Nuggets. I don't think even playoff Jimmy has enough for that Nuggets team. They're deep.
Yeah, the Nuggets is deep.
They are deep.
Well, I mean, they had a scary moment with this game too.
Yeah,
because the pressure was on Denver.
Yeah, but you saw what happened. They had another reserve in them because they already play in a high altitude, so their win is good. Wait till they go to LA. They're gonna have great win in LA. Shit.
Well,
it is like
tomorrow.
And it's like this. It's like they showed you. All right. It's like almost it was coasting a little bit. All right. It's time to play. Come on, Jamal. Jokic is tired. Come on, Jamal. It's time to take off. Bucket.
And sure enough,
bucket.
That's what he did.
Bucket.
Walking bucket.
They gave it to Michael Porter Jr. Another bucket. Give it back to Jamal. Bucket. Bucket. And I'm like, damn, it's over. They went from being down like 12 to being up 7. I'm like, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. And they've been saying he's been on the Nuggets train. I ain't gonna lie. He was on the Nuggets train. I just don't see nobody beating him. East or West.
Well, here's another thing that we have to stop doing. And I was on the phone with my pop earlier today. We have to stop diminishing what happened in the bubble because it's the same 4 teams. And I'm not trying to take anything away from, LeBron and what he's done. But let's just say if he doesn't advance, let's not take that away. Let's not take that bubble. Let me not call it the bubble. Let's not take that championship away from LeBron because of the same 4 teams, despite what happened, how we all got here, whatever the case might have been. Oh, they put the season on hold for a couple of months. Stop trying to say, hey, that was a COVID championship. No, it was a championship because you still have to compete for it. Now, we got these same 4 teams that was in the bubble competing for a championship, for the opportunity to get to the championship round, and we might have one or both different. Like, if Denver does advance, let's stop talking about it. Let's stop talking about that bubble championship like, hey, that didn't happen because these guys are legit showing up. And stop talking about Miami because Miami have proven that they coast. They coast throughout the season, during the season, and say, you know what? If we have our best player available, we're a tough out. And Miami is proving to be a tough out because It was an 8 seed, knocked off a 1 seed, knocked off what rank was the Knicks? 4th or 5th? I want to say it was 5th. And now you're facing the second rank. You're facing the 2 seed in Boston, and you're up in that series and potentially could knock them off. Since you already stole one, all you got to do is win every game on your floor. I want to hear people. I don't want to hear it. I really don't. I'm off that.
Boston's winning by 3.
Okay. The pressure, just like I said a minute ago, the pressure for game 2s are always on the home team. So hopefully they can keep it up, because if not, you got the next 2 in Miami, and you're already facing a tough out Miami team, and you're going down 2-0 on their floor. Please believe you're going to get the best what they have.
You might get swept.
Seriously, in a conference championship game, that really can't happen. That's just the bottom line. Like, as great as a job as this guy is doing, stepping in for Udoka, well, he stepped in and took Udoka's spot. But we got to have a conversation, my guy. We can't go to a championship round and we get swept in it. You got to show up at one point. You have to show up at one point. Other happenings as far as the postseason, I think we pretty much caught it all. The firings in the last round, we're up to date with the current round. We have Denver up 2-0
for HR.
Do something. She pulled your plug.
Had to get it. Oh my God, the game last night, I never seen someone flop and cry over a foul.
Are we talking about LeBron?
Yeah. Listen, I had got a lot of smoke for my post last night, but I'm like, LeBron James he smoked the layup late that could have got him back in the game, and he got ripped. I mean, LeBron James is the reason why the Lakers lost that game last night. He's trying to do too much. Then now we're going to see him in a walking boot. Oh my God, he hurt his ankle.
Because he's still, in his mind, he thinks he's Mike. Mike would have never blown a layup. Mike would have dunked it on your ass and made a statement, not try to throw up a layup. And flopping, we already know that ain't nobody in Chicago flopping.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm so tired of the comparisons and like, what is your take on? I've been reading a lot on this the last couple of weeks on there's a script. You know, we've even sent shit to each other, you know, in the chat, like when the NFL has a script. Like, is it even, do you believe it's true?
I don't believe there's a script, for the mere fact there's still those wow moments. And you really can't script a wow moment. As far as, you know, setting up someone to say, okay, we want this team to be in a championship. I mean, of course you could make it seem that way, but I'm going to take the Los Angeles Rams. Now, the Rams have always shown that they had the potential to be, you know, a championship team. And, you know, last season they got there. Great. But look what they had to sacrifice to get it. Like, they legitimately wagered their future. They just bartered, you know, their yesterday for tomorrow. And yeah, it ended up in a championship, but you know, tomorrow the bill came due, and we're going to be waiting, or I guess Rams fans, Los Angeles fans, be waiting a while for another one, because you don't have anything that you can build on. You don't have a foundation. And as far as basketball is concerned, I think no one really just wrote off Giannis like that. Like I didn't anticipate no Giannis just be like,
Dude, I
yeah,
thought
man,
Giannis and them
first
was
round,
going to
that's
the
it.
finals. I picked
Or
them to
at
go to the
least to
finals.
the Eastern Conference Finals.
Right.
You know what I'm
So
saying? Like, who thought that he was going to get bounced in the first?
so with a lot of happenings going on in these sports, and I apologize for not talking about baseball because I track the records. I don't track the games. It's to know, the happenings of that. So where I'm going with
Excuse
this
me.
is where I'm going with it is yes, there's teams that people would like to see. They're the big market teams. Well, in my opinion, I think that's where the stars want to go. The stars want to market themselves and say, you know what?
Yes.
If I can make it here, then I can make it there in the twilight of their careers. Let's say, for instance, guys that New York draft. Any guy that get drafted by New York, you're just automatically going to be in the media. You're going to be in the media on a big level. You're going to be in the media up there. You're going to be in the media down here. You're just going to be in the media. It's just you're going to be a public figure for however long you're in New York. And I'll use Darnold. I'll use in Darnold's case. Yes, he was in the media. New York ate him alive. It's like,
Oh,
say,
did they?
bro, I like everything that the team does, it reflects on me for whatever reason. If we'd lost the game defensively, why is it the quarterback's fault? I didn't touch the field. And then he moved, and okay, well, here's your shot to do it in Carolina. Here's your shot to do it in Carolina. Now, it's not so much, but at the same time, I don't have that expectation on you. If the team loses, it's not automatically your fault. So now you moved again, and now you're in a better situation. So I don't know I don't know your future. Perhaps you may be the starter week 1 in San Francisco,
I think so.
perhaps.
Yeah.
But now you kind of get to make the narrative now. It don't have to be, oh, well, the 49ers lost because I suck. If the 49ers lose immediately, it's got to be some other reason because the team is just built to win, in my opinion. I don't follow
Yeah,
San
Purdy's
Francisco
gonna
like
be
that.
Purdy's
I
gonna
just
be out.
know they've been winning. So now week 1, if you're bad, then okay, yeah, that's the narrative that you played bad and the team deserved to lose. But if they do lose and you showed up, let's say you throw for like, I don't know, 2 touchdowns, 320 in week 1 in a new system under a new coach, under zero expectations because everybody's looking at Trey Lance and Brock Purdy and no one cares about you. And you're like, hey man, if I win, great. If not, then I'm not the guy that they're looking at.
Let's
So
see. Anthony said the Lakers win 4 straight. It's rigged.
Well, only because the script that I saw has
Yeah.
the Lakers against Boston in the championships.
Oh, good Lord. Please don't. I don't feel that's 2 of the most annoying fan bases I've ever.
I think that pay homage to
I
Bill,
think
right?
that would be a boring ass series.
The Lakers will win that series. I'm sorry to say they would.
I would think that would be a boring ass series if it was the Lakers in Boston. There would be no excitement.
It'll be 2 first-time head coaches, so it'll be young. It'll be it,
I
although
wouldn't.
on paper,
I'm sorry. I would root for Boston because I like Tatum better than LeBron. The Tatum Brown duo more than the Anthony Davis and LeBron duo. But I don't know. I just hope
2-year one coaches.
my thing is I'd rather see the Heat Nugget series because that'll be a defensive series. It would be a good series. Let Jimmy cook. I just want to see if Jimmy can do it.
And I like the defense. I like the defensive mindset of it because people have been complaining that, oh well, here's the argument before. They argued that, hey, since they changed the ball, the shooting hasn't been as effective. Well, yet almost everyone in the league is averaging about 105 points a game. if that. Like it could be more. Like no one's playing defense like that. Well, if you don't like to see people scoring like that, well, guess what? It'd be the two top defensive teams, and it just so happened to be one really good basketball player against one really good, effective basketball player. Like, I'm not trying to take anything away. I'm not trying to diminish this man's talent at all. It's just Jokic isn't sexy. Like, it's not sexy, but guess what? It wins basketball games. And who else did that? Tim Duncan.
Mm-hmm.
Tim Duncan
that shit
has
wasn't sexy at all.
5 rings.
They said the
Tim
lowest
Duncan.
rated series was Detroit versus San Antonio, because it was so defensive. Motherfucker was going the 70s. It was in the 70s for the NBA Finals, and they did not like that.
I think even if it was Miami against Denver, Denver's too deep for Miami.
But it would be a good series because Miami plays defense.
Well, Miami's crippled too. Like, man.
It'll be a great series, but I think the Nuggets would overpower them in the end because they got some dogs. The sexier one for people to watch is the Celtics and the Nuggets. That would, because the Celtics are kind of deep. So then
I think that would be a better series to watch.
There'll be an exciting series, but the defensive series is the Heat versus the Nuggets. And then it'll be, can Jimmy win? Can Jimmy will this team to a title? And that's compelling as well. So I think a lot of people will watch this to see if Jimmy could do it, do the impossible.
Sixers fans rolling over in their grave.
They picked Tobias Harris, aka Great Value J. Cole, over Jimmy Buckets.
Y'all rolling over y'all grave. This man up here in the conference finals.
Jimmy Buckets. Now, if you had Jimmy Buckets with James Harden and Embiid, you'd have forced. Well, first of all, one of them would have left because he would have forced them to fucking win.
I think Jimmy Buckets would have punched Harden in the mouth.
I lost respect for Embiid for throwing his team under the bus, but you had 15 points, MVP. Okay,
I agree.
Wow,
you're the MVP of the league. You should be carrying your team. He should have had 40, 10 and 10 maybe. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't get called the MVP and then give me 15 points.
I say, wow, look, while the person he was bigging up in his speech had 9.
I think it's time for them to either decide if they're going to roll with Embiid and put some players around them, or, I don't even think you could give Harden away anymore. No. I don't know if anybody would trade for him.
Keep the same energy.
People don't want to believe it. Jaylen Brown had 25 points. Embiid.
You have to trust.
Harden had 24 combined.
The trust the process.
Why he lost by game 7.
You have to keep the same energy. You have to trust the process.
It's not the process.
So whatever the process is, it's a slow burn.
They had the process. They had Jimmy Buckets there. That was the process. That was the process. He fits Philly. He had the ninja headband. He fits Philly. If the most Philly athlete ever was Jimmy Buckets, and you got rid of him for what? Tobias Harris? Tobias Harris. Look, he played for the Pistons. He's a decent player, but he's not Jimmy Bucket decent. Hell no.
Yeah.
Hell no.
And it's proven now by what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like Jimmy Butler.
Tobias Harris for Jimmy Buckets right now on 2K, and they're going to tell you, hell no. You got to do a trade override to get that done. That's not even happening on a video game.
Nope. You better trade a first round, a pick with it.
Shout out to Jadell, boy. Yes. Eric, tell that to Ben Simmons. You trust him.
My God.
You made Izzy break his shit.
Man.
Listen. Ben.
That was a classic.
But Ben Simmons, I get what Eric was trying to say. And we even thought they won that trade with Ben Simmons because I'm like, okay, Ben Simmons is going to be refreshed. Ben Simmons is going to, have KD to work with. That sucker stayed hurt. He stayed hurt. I think Ben Simmons' career is over. I think Ja Morant's career is more viable than Ben Simmons. And Ja Morant is about to get suspended 50 games.
You saying 50. I think it's going to be more than 50.
We'll see.
That was more than 50. That's going to be a hard line right there, boy. Oh, more than 50?
More than 50, but think about it. More than 50. So you think you're giving up more than half of this year's pay or next year's paycheck. Yeah. If you don't learn your lesson, then maybe you don't deserve a fucking paycheck anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he got to get paid.
Yeah, but he fucked his own money up because he could have been getting not only his NBA pay, he could have gotten a check from Powerade and a check from Nike. Now his check from Nike, because they're not promoting his sneaker, just went down.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? For all you know, if they suspend him for 50 games, Nike might turn around and just break that contract. Might be the smartest thing to do.
Yeah,
we already discussed, hitting him where it hurts at, and I hope this is the end of this particular saga regarding Ja.
I don't think so,
because he has the talent. I mean, he won't be a face of anything, but he'll be the face of his franchise, but he won't be the face of these endorsements that supported him or still standing by him, and he won't be the face of the league going forward. I think that you kind of screwed yourself over, even if for some in the near future, some distant future, that you start winning games. Let's just say Memphis gets to a conference finals next year after that, or year following. I don't think they'll market you. I don't think you'll be the narrative. Like,
send his ass to fucking Canada. He wants to beat Thug. Let's see how thug you are up in Canada.
Well, Canada though, I don't even think Canada have firearms.
Nah, they don't. I'll send them to England. Brittany don't have firearms.
Send him somewhere where he's out of a city.
But they just got counties in what they call them. It's counties and something. I'm trying to think. I can't think.
We got one more topic to talk about. We'll talk about how my Pistons got screwed in the in the draft lottery. I'm not even mad that we missed number 1. Damn, they could at least give us a 3rd pick, dog. Not third. They could have gave us a 3rd pick.
Yeah, I was thinking you guys should at least had a top 3 pick.
I say we had the 5th pick for 2 years in a row. How? Like how? like what? We need to get rid of this lottery process, man. Like, we really wasn't tanking games, dude. We were really trying to win with young people. We had a bunch of young Lions, and they couldn't close. They didn't tank. We didn't trade anybody.
All you said last fucking season is we tanking for the W. We tanking for the W.
No, listen. They didn't tank. I watched the games. I'm joking when I say tank, but they didn't tank. We were up in a lot of games in the 4th quarter, and then leads blew.
Who really got the short end of the stick in this process was Houston. Houston won 17 games out of a possible
We won
82.
17 games. We had the worst record. We won 17 games.
But Houston was bad. I mean, like really bad.
Yeah,
Like
Houston
y'all
was
were
bad.
competing. Houston was just
Houston
bad.
actually won one more game than us. They won 18. Shit.
Oh my god.
We lost 17. We won 17 games. And we got at least they got the 4th pick. They could get A-Man Thompson. We can't get nobody.
All right.
Who can we get?
Everyone's top 5. I guess everyone's a winner, so to speak here. Like everyone's
No,
a
it's
winner.
not.
Like,
no, it's a drop off after the first 3. It's it's a huge drop off after the first 3. Oh my god.
You see me being excited. We had a 0.2%. 0.2. I wanted my 0.2. I wanted to have my top 5 pick. Y'all gonna Lakers gonna start winning at the last minute.
You know what happened? I called it. I'm like, they say, okay, they're gonna show the 5th pick last before they go to commercial. So watch it be the fucking Pistons. And with the 5th pick, Detroit Pistons, I threw my phone and said, motherfucker. I'm like, I would have been happy with a top 3 pick. If we'd have made it to the top 3, okay, we lost out on Wembley. We didn't really need Wembley because we got a shitload of centers and a shitload of guards. We're going to miss out on the best wing. We need a wing player. I say Wembley would have been a nice piece. You know what I'm saying? But, dude, we can't get nobody. We can't get nobody.
I mean, this is my opinion as far as Wembanyama getting being number 1. Obviously, he's going to be the number 1 pick. But you're going to go to San Antonio. Well, San Antonio.
How you tank?
Well,
first of all,
year,
I keep telling you, we didn't tank. You know who tanked? Dallas tanked. They took their players out. Our players were either hurt or young. And we didn't tank anybody.
And dude, it didn't pay off for Dallas at all.
And I'm being real. We didn't take anybody. We didn't tank. You know who tanked? Houston. They tanked. They were tanking.
No, they was just bad. Houston was a bad team.
And the Spurs traded DeAndre Murray. I mean, they traded him for nothing. They tanked and won. They fucking tanked won.
Now let's say, it's gonna happen. He's gonna get drafted. He's gonna go number 1. But this guy,
that's where he wanted to go.
And he's what? I don't think he's nowhere near 250, 260. He's gonna get bullied a lot.
It's like 215, man.
That dude is gonna get bullied. He can't be in this league that light. We seen how the last dude that was light, which was Chet Holmgren, he got drafted, and guess what? He couldn't even suit up the season. The dude played 1 scrimmage game and got hurt because he doesn't have weight. Yeah. My man, you can't play in this league and not have weight. Like, you don't have to go overboard, but if you're right now, you're used to playing 20 games, maybe 30. Now you're gonna have to pivot and do double, especially if you're talking about winning immediately. You're gonna play 60 plus games, or let's just say that you do remain healthy. It can play 82 games, but that's automatically double than what you're used to. You need to get
only
some meat on your bones.
And do the 7 to 230.
Yep. Anything south to 250, brother, that's not gonna cut it.
Not with 7-2. He too light in the ass. And he's got a video of Lofton, who plays for the Grizzlies, bullying him, and Lofton is 6'9".
Yeah, so now it's gonna be for real where it counts.
Jokic's gonna put him in the blender. So that's the only thing I wanted Wembanyama, and put him at the small forward. I don't need you I don't even need you at my center. Just play small forward like you are Kevin Durant and shoot.
That's and then you're going to San Antonio, who's coming off a season where they led the league in resting players and the amount and the times that they rest players.
They tanked. Let's be real. They tanked and they won. And the damn NBA gave them another Frenchman. They fucking tanked and they won. And people won't talk about all that tanking y'all didn't do. The Spurs literally rested everybody. They tanked and they rewarded them for tanking.
Anthony, I just finished
coaching. Fuck the NBA, man. Fuck Adam Silver.
I just finished coaching a T-ball team. So, yeah, everyone's a winner.
Everybody got a trophy.
And let me put it this way. You want to know what hurts the most? I gotta sit through the fucking draft on my birthday and watch them pick somebody who fit fifth. I gotta wait fifth. I gotta deal with this shit on my birthday. Fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth. I gotta deal with this shit on my birthday.
I picked 14.
Fifth. Ain't nobody good after 3 or 4.
Well,
shit.
Ain't like wait to 14.
Shit. Fuck. The best news is we got the first pick of the first round. The second round.
Yeah,
Ooh, that tells you we that bad. We got that's basically a first round pick. That's the best thing I can tell you. It's basically a first round pick. You're gonna get somebody talented. Maybe our second round pick will be better than our first round pick. Because this is some fucking bullshit. I looked at this, I said, dude, we can at least got third. They should at least, like, if you got the worst record, you at least gotta get top 3. Like top 3.
If not,
if you're gonna do the lottery.
If not, trade that fucking pick away and get yourself a player or two for it.
Give us a star. I'll give you his 5th pick. Hey, Portland. You want the 5th? You want the 5th, the 3rd, and the 5th pick? Give us Damian Lillard. We'll take it. We'll take it.
Boy ain't going to no damn Detroit.
We're going look, Dame and the D. Come on. Look, trade the 5th pick and fucking Isaiah Stewart. Who else you want? Give us Dame. Break Dame over. Come here, Dame.
Damn, ain't coming to no Detroit, man.
Shoot, they'll take the 5th pick. They rebuild it over there. And Dame already talk about trade me. Come on to the D. Come on.
Man,
we'll embrace you. We will love you there. Come on. Look, we'll tell Jalen Duren he can't wear 0. Wear something else, kid.
You think about it, they're gonna want a star. They're gonna want, a rebounder. So they're gonna want a shooter. You know what I'm saying?
I gave you a rebound. I gave you a rebounder. Go ahead, get Isaiah Stewart, and I'll get you somebody else. You take somebody else. You can take Jaden Ivey. I don't care. You can take him. He's a good star. He went off last year. In the 5th pick, give us Damian Lillard. We'll take it. That's pretty fucking bad. He's Tim Duncan 2.0. Nah, I don't think he is fundamentally sound as Tim Duncan. I'm not gonna say he's Tim Duncan 2.0 till he play a game. That's pretty high praise. Even though I wasn't a big Tim Duncan fan, Tim Duncan was pretty efficient. So we'll see how his game translates.
The only thing that Tim Duncan couldn't do, he couldn't shoot the 3. This kid shoots the 3.
This kid can.
This kid can shoot the 3 nice.
It's not as bad as the Wizards pick. Yeah, that's pretty fucking bad. Y'all need help. Because, man, what y'all gonna do with Bradley Beal? Y'all gonna overpay him?
Do they? I think Bill is gonna be a lifer. Bill's gonna be a lifer.
And just look at this say, man, this is some fucking bullshit. That's why I laugh every time Charles Barkley make fun of San Antonio women. That's why I laugh so hard. Fuck San Antonio.
I was watching a video earlier this week. That's literally the story of how the TNT producers knew that Chuck and Shaq would make, a good duo. Well, if Shaq was included, as part of the crew for TNT. And the story goes, Chuck kind of took out the producers of the show, this, that, and the third, and it was out on the Riverwalk. And I guess they seen a limousine pass by, and they hear a voice. The voice says F. Charles Barkley. So now the producers all shook. It's like, oh man, it's about to be that. And it turns out to be Shaq. And, Chuck and Shaq, they're out there fighting. They're like, oh crap. And I mean, they're brothers. They act like brothers, like big brother, little brother, or, whatever. And the producers are like, this will work. Like, this will be excellent for the world to see. And sure enough, that's how you have Chuck being a part of the crew for TNT, and the rest is history.
Yeah,
well, really, Shaq, because Chuck was already there.
Yeah, he meant to say Shaq, I think.
Shaq, I apologize, Shaq.
Yeah, they have good chemistry
Chuck
together.
said she's no ocean, she's a creek. So it's a dirty creek. What's up thinking? He's thinking the river was a dirty creek. So they got some big old women in San Antonio. I can't wait to him. I can't wait. I'm glad Victor is going there because they're gonna play a lot of San Antonio games. So you know that joke gonna come. What kind of women they got in San Antonio, Chuck?
You know it's coming.
Big old women in San Antonio. That's what he said.
He's gonna tell them, meet yourself up with one of those big women, have them take care of you during the season.
He definitely gonna put on weight in San Antonio. That's what he gonna say.
He gonna talk so much shit about San Antonio. He ain't ever gonna be welcome there if he keeps it up.
He's not welcome there now by the women.
I was to say, what's new? Golden State can't stand that dude.
I'm just saying, Chuck. It was funny, but I just looked at the draft. I'm like, man, they need to, hey, bro. That lottery system need to be revamped. Like you got like some of the worst. Like if you're gonna have a team jump up, you only should knock one team down. Like the top 3 teams got 14%. So we had 14% to get there, and we know we should have dropped down to 5. We should have dropped down to like 3, 4. That'd have been fine. No less than 4 if you got a top 3 worst record. Because how else are you going to rebuild your fucking team if you keep picking at 5 and there's only 3 generational talents in the draft? That's not. It's not good. It's not good, people.
It should be like other drafts. Go by the record.
Team get it. But they're worrying about people tanking. They tank anyway. They tank anyway.
So, listen, you can tell when a team is tanking.
The Spurs tanked. Dallas tanked themselves out of a playoff spot.
You won't see.
So the Knicks wouldn't get a draft pick.
You won't see so much of tanking.
And that's something that should be talked about, because if they're making a big deal that Dallas tanked on purpose and they know that they tanked on purpose, the Knicks should still have that number 1 pick.
They should.
Well, they have consequences coming down the line. They already did. They fined Dallas and Mark
Fuck
Cuban.
the fine. Give the pick to the Knicks.
Yeah, that screws the Knicks over.
Well, here's the beauty of worrying about that tanking situation. You don't have to worry about it now with the play-in 1. You don't have to worry about that and having an in-season tournament. So that's going to put incentive to people wanting to win. So you're gonna eliminate that. You're gonna eliminate the possibility of people just tanking just to say I want one guy, because it's not one guy in today's game. It's just not.
I don't see the Spurs even better. Spurs might win 21 games next year, even with the unicorn. It's just him. That team is bare as fuck. There's nobody. I literally can't name nobody on the Spurs that's not named Victor right now. There's literally nobody on the fucking Spurs that nobody wants to see.
I'm trying to think, because the Spurs got one of the guys on our defensive team. I'm trying to think of his dude name.
They got the one. I just know they got the one that trying to be like Robin by painting his hair and shit.
So that's the defensive guy. He made the all defensive team.
Jeremy something. Jeremy S. I don't know, Shohan or something like that. Yeah. The Polish black guy. The Polish black guy.
That guy got defensive team honors. Herb Jones getting screwed. But
dude, but he can't score.
No, he can't score, but he's defensive.
I'll tell you somebody who can score is fucking Jimmy Butler, man. That dude scores.
Like Jimmy Butler is Jimmy, man. That's all Jimmy. Like it's a different time for him when he get in the playoffs. They need to do everything they can to keep Jimmy Butler in Miami.
And if I was any other basketball team, I would really be looking at to take his ass.
I
Because
think
it's
Jimmy
funny.
likes South Beach.
It's funny. We didn't hear his name during the season as much as
They
last
were
year.
coasting. They were coasting. It looked like they were on the season. They had a lot of injuries, and they were flying under the radar. And then when they got into the play-in tournament,
It wasn't. It's not even that they were coasting. Like Jimmy Butler, he's already on the record saying that I don't have to try hard until he's put in a position where he does. And at the later part of the regular season, Miami got hurt, and there was the talks of moving Kyle Lowry because Kyle Lowry didn't kind of fit to what they thought they wanted to run. Well, then they grabbed Kevin Love, and Kevin Love, you know,
that was a
Kevin
big
Love ain't a
acquisition.
scrub. He's not no scrub dude. Like
LeBron
I
made
don't know
that
why
boy a
Cleveland
scrub.
gave up on him.
Look, LeBron made that boy a scrub. Because all LeBron did was make that dude be a spot-up shooter, and he was like one of the best rebounders in the league before he got to with LeBron.
He was a double machine
He was a scorer.
until LeBron
Remember, I ain't gonna
got
say
his
he had a
ear and said, "This
Jokic
is what I
game.
want you to do."
I don't want to say he had a Jokic-like game, but it was like he was of that ilk. Not very athletic, but he just gets you points and boards, and he can pass. He's not as elite
He can still
as
do
Jokic.
all of those things.
I say he's not as elite as Jokic, but he is.
No.
But he is of that. He's that type of player. Like,
but doing that,
dude,
that's what you
how did
need
he get
on the
20
floor.
20? He'd be like, how did he get 20 rebounds? How did he get 20 points?
Because he could score.
Yes,
And
he
I mean,
he can shoot.
He gonna give you that. He's gonna hustle for the ball. Like
Marcus
he's
Smart is
always
flopping again.
in the middle of the play. He's always in the play. He doesn't take a play off. Kind of like what people sleeping on Westbrook. People's like, well, Westbrook is dog crap in LA. No, it's because his game is effective with the ball, and he still hustles. Like you don't just happen to average a triple double because of happenstance. You just don't, and people don't realize that. When he got to LA, they asked him, "Well, don't do this." You gotta ask a guy that's worked for him. It got him an MVP, and you guys to tell him, "Hey, don't play like that anymore." Well, yeah, it's not gonna look right. Y'all won't put all the blame on that man. You asking him to do something that he hasn't done in his career at all.
I just want to address Anthony. We did see Embiid with Jimmy Butler already. They got rid of him for fucking Tobias Harris. They wanted to pay Tobias Harris. We seen it already. We seen it. Unless Embiid is coming to Miami, we're not going to see it again.
Crazy.
Now, Dame Lillard, that's interesting. I would love to see them two on the same team. That's very interesting.
That's what I heard in the earlier parts of the season. Earlier parts of the season, I thought it would have been Dame getting traded to Miami. Now, here, enter the Knicks into the conversation. Enter Portland still holding on to him. All that it'll be seen, I guess, in the offseason, or I guess as closer we get to the finals.
I'm gonna put this with it's gonna be interesting to see where Dame ends up. And if he ends up with the Heat will be a player for years.
Whew. They be the player now.
Depends
they
on
are.
I say depends on who they have to give up. See, that's the thing. They have to
People
give
played
up.
themselves in to the play-in tournament, eliminated the top seed. No one could have seen that. You know, eliminating the Knicks, and now on the cusp. If they win all their games on the floor,
they were supposed to beat the Knicks, though.
They're on the cusp of if they win this game, they might sweep Boston. If they win this game.
And I'll tell you right now, they were down by, I think it was the last one I looked up. They were down like by 10 or 12. They're only down by 2 right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's in the fourth quarter, so a couple of good placed baskets, and this could be 2-0 Miami.
You're right. going into Miami.
Yeah, going
we'll
into
see.
Miami.
If you are, I guess, Milwaukee, would you trade Holiday and Middleton for Dame? If I am Portland, hell no, I'm not taking that. Middleton is
Yeah.
injury prone, and so is Holiday. And so,
Well,
so
I
it's
don't know
like,
about the Drew Holiday part, but
no,
as
I'm
far as
talking about
Middleton,
throughout his career. Holiday was injury
okay.
prone with the 76ers, injury prone when he was with the Pelicans. So no, I'm not about to do that trade. Can't.
Well, Middleton, I don't think Milwaukee is giving up on him. They kind of want to see him get back to, his former self and have him back with Giannis, because obviously when you had them two together and healthy, it, produced good results by them having a championship. So I don't think that Middleton is going to go anywhere. I don't think he'll be included in any deals of trades, coming up this year or next. Well, next year, because it's over for them this year.
Yeah, I don't see it coming. I don't see that trade. But I think Miami got enough players they could do it. Or as a team. Hey, if I'm the Pelicans, hey, you want Zion? would you do a Zion for Dame? You better.
No.
I would.
You better.
I would send
You better.
Zion. I would send Zion and 3 dozen Krispy Kremes over there for Dame. Adios.
No.
Dame Lillard
No.
on the Pelicans would be insane.
No. And I'm only saying no because we're not championship caliber. And if you move Dame, it has to be championship caliber.
Y'all championship caliber if he comes there. Y'all have a killer. Y'all would have a killer to end the games. That's the biggest problem with the Pelicans. It's ending.
Okay, we'll have our killer to end the games, but how are we going to get, to the end of games? Because on other persons,
Zion is never there. He's never there. He's never there. Shit.
Well, we're gonna have to figure it out because
you got one more year. I'm telling you, if
even
he gets
at
hurt
this
again
point,
this year.
At this point, we're not grown up yet.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you what. If Zion gets hurt this year, I think the experiment is done.
Yeah, I think so. Or it should be close to being done.
No, I would say done. This would be the next year would be the 3rd year in a row that he got hurt.
Didn't he get hurt his rookie year too? That'd be year 4. That'd be year 4. I mean, every year he's been in the league.
Yeah. And you're spending all this money on the dude for what? For him to sit at home?
You're playing potential. So let me ask you before we get off here, when does potential run out? Like for you, since you're an avid Pelicans fan.
But for me, but being the resident fan of the organization, the potential is out the door. Well, to me, you can't put out a presser saying everything. He said, now this is his words. He said, everything is fine except I don't feel like Zion. That right there, we got to have a talk. We got to talk. Cut this stuff off. Cut the camera off, man. Stop that. Stop rolling. This man got to talk to me now.
Beyond that emotional bullshit like homeboy from the Sixers. I don't feel like Zion, so I'm going to sit out all these games when you guys could, be in the playoffs if I played.
Y'all would have won the play-in. Y'all would have crushed the play-in game. Because there's nobody.
Had a chance to be number 6. Had a chance. Now, if
2 years in a row.
Because he did that presser just before we had the play-in. If he had came in, let's just say if he had played, I don't know, 12 minutes, and he put in effective 12 minutes, if you'd have came in and be like, okay, Zion
y'all won the Minnesota game. Y'all don't won the Minnesota game.
We'd have beat Minnesota. We'd have been 6th, and there wouldn't have been no playing for us. We'd have been have to play. We'd have to play the Kings. That'd have been us and the Kings. And who knows what that could have done. because it was two young teams.
Then they put the Warriors. They'll put the Warriors in the play-in.
And they had to put the Warriors to fight in for a spot. They could have been 7 or 8.
Oh shit! The game is tied. Jimmy Butler is going ham.
But as far as potential, like I don't know if he's doing that translator thing or if people in the organization say, "Hey man, look, I just want you to say that you're healthy for the sake of the fans, and so they can have some faith in you." You can't say it. Like at some point in the day, you gotta look at yourself as a man and be like, "How does this sound?"
Dude, but that sounds bad. That sounds worse than saying I'm injured.
All around. Like,
I would rather him say
I'm injured.
I would rather him say I'm injured. You get me? Than to say
I don't feel like myself.
Zion.
I don't feel like Zion.
Boy, then you playing basketball. You ain't a brain surgeon. Boy, you playing basketball. Put your ass up and play.
Who do you feel like then? Because I may not feel like Doc Eric, but guess what? I show up to work. I have to show up to work.
You might show up late, but you show up.
I'm just saying, dude, listen. Zion, that's why I say, when does it be enough? So what if the Blazers come up to y'all and say, look, we'll give you Dame for Zion and a pick?
Nah, hey, if Portland talking like that, by all means, yes, I'm all in that. I'm all for that. You got a top 3, and you giving me Dame? All in that. Yes, to all of it. Don't even ask me to sign that, bro.
We'll do a pick swap, and y'all get Zion.
I do that too. We good. Yep, we good. We good.
Oh, damn. Miami is up 3 now. I guess he didn't poke the bell. He said pointed. At that point, he pointed at the bell. No, he poked the bell. Jimmy Butler is like taking over, like right now. So he
always does.
Mm-hmm. I know Chicago wish they never got rid of Jimmy. Shit. But Tom Thibodeau was the reason why he left Chicago. That's why he took it out on the Knicks so bad.
And look how fate turned.
And Jason Tatum melting down again. Just the meltdowns happening. The Heat wins this game. Right?
Let's see if it does.
I don't know, Dick. I don't think the Celtics can win. Because the Heat just have to win 2 out of 3 games. Like, think about it. They just got to win 3 home games. They got 3 home games, right? They just got to win 2 of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
That will be the most epic collapse. And if the Celtics go down 0-2 and win, I know it's scripted.
They're going to say that it was the coach's fault, and he ain't even coaching the team.
Hell no.
That's what they're gonna say. It was, what was his name, Unduke or whatever his name is. They're like, oh, maybe if he didn't do what he did.
Boy, you better hide all the women in Houston. He in Houston. Hide your wives.
Like, me as a man, baby, we not going to Houston games at all. No, I can't. I don't like this. Yeah, I don't trust
HR. I'm gonna tell HR, you not working any Houston games that come down here.
I'm sorry. Nope.
No. You're not working any Houston games.
He'll request her to. Can she be the one that guards the team by the bench?
Boston is getting out-dogged. No, Boston, yes, they might have the better talent, but the better team is Miami, looking like it right now, because they got that dog. Miami has that dog in them. And the team with that dog will beat a more talented team all the time. They got dog in them. Every time. Like, if you got – that's why I say when the Lakers played the Pistons in the final, the Lakers had better talent all around, deeper and everything. But we had that dog. Like, you can't stop nobody with that dog in their blood, man. That's –
works every time.
Well, how about the Lakers? They could have had Jason Tatum. They picked Lonzo Ball. Shit, they could have Jason Tatum.
Man, y'all gonna stop messing over my man Lonzo, man. Like
Y'all traded him.
Because he wanted the money. The money he wanted wasn't what he garnished. Like what your productivity was, it didn't call for that. So no.
Should we lay off it? So should we lay off him?
Yes, because Lonzo, man, look, before Lonzo got hurt, Lonzo was turning the corner. Lonzo was turning that corner, and he was showing remnants. Well, I don't know, man. I still got hope
Brandon
for
Roy.
Lonzo.
You got that Brandon Roy disease
I still got my Lonzo jersey. I could go run and get it. I could be like,
that's a throwback.
You can go and burn it.
That's a throwback. Boy, I got a throwback.
Well,
That's a not a throwback jersey. That's a throw out jersey. You throw that bitch in the garbage.
If you look at my Facebook page, y'all gonna see me throwing the jersey away. I was upset when he got traded. I was upset, but I paid for that jersey. They didn't sell that jersey. I had to have that jersey made. I had to customize that jersey. So yeah, I'm gonna keep it. But I got my Lonzo jersey for real. I'm gonna keep it. I still have it.
I think from here on out, the way players jump from team to team, if you're gonna have a jersey made, have it say Doc on the back. Don't pick no player. Put your name on the back of that bitch.
They give you jersey insurance now. They have jersey insurance. If you buy a jersey, they ask if you want jersey insurance in case it get traded. You get another jersey.
Like, hey, so I still like this guy, huh? You like
you want
Lonzo?
this one? Okay, jersey insurance.
Here's a Lonzo Chicago jersey. You still like Lonzo?
Yeah, you get any jersey you want. Like if you,
I'm not trying to follow him to another team. If I get to give the jersey back, I'm getting somebody else.
That's what it's gonna be.
But this thing, Doc, they'd have picked up Jason Tatum, right? Y'all could have had Jason Tatum on y'all team.
We could have had Jason Tatum.
with Brandon Ingram
and Jaylen Brown. We could have had both of them. We could have been where Boston is right now.
Yes. If they would have picked those two players, could the Lakers had a chance at both of them. Y'all could have had Jaylen Brown. Y'all could have had Brandon Ingram. Y'all could have had all them in
and everybody.
Because they was giving up a king ransom for Anthony Davis.
That we leave on the table. We leave so many players on the table, man. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm just saying y'all could have been better off. It looked like Boston is going to lose this one, and I don't think that's how you honor the great Bill Russell. And Jason Tatum has been tricking off. They've been doubling him. See, they double Jason Tatum. See, Mo Young knows what he's talking about. He's credible. Look what happened. They doubling, and Jason Tatum just dribbled the ball.
Dribble.
They doubling him.
He can't fucking dribble.
If Philly would have done that, Philly would have been playing Miami right now.
And losing.
They double him. He still got 33, but still, that's better than 51. Shit. You got to double him at the end of the game.
Listen, it don't matter how many points you score if you fucking lose.
Yeah. Brown is the better player in Boston over Tatum.
No.
I ain't gonna say that. No, Tatum can go off.
Tatum can really take off.
I think Tatum has another level, but Brown is not a bad fallback piece.
I think Brown plays better D than Tatum does.
Yeah.
That I will give you.
Yes, he does.
It's definitely the
that jersey was half off when he was traded.
Can't stand you, Anthony.
They should have just sent Eric half a check back. Automatic.
I remember for the second season, bro, I had bought the Jimmy Graham jersey. It was all nice with the half and half. Bought it. It was nice. He got traded the next year. Can't wear the jersey anymore. Then I said, I'm going to buy a Mark Ingram jersey. His first year, he was 28. I can't wear the fucking jersey anymore because he decided to change his number.
Because he went to 22.
Then he went to. I said, you know what? I'm gonna stop buying Saints jerseys. I'll start buying T-shirts. I'm like, I'm not buying Saints jerseys. The only jersey I can still wear is the Drew Brees jersey I had. That's it.
That's why I kept my mouth posted.
I give up on buying jerseys. I'm gonna buy the T-shirts. Saints T-shirts.
I only buy like you said, classic joints. Like one of my football jerseys is Curtis Martin.
Oh, yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like I ain't gonna buy. Like everybody ran out and get that Aaron Rodgers. Hell no, I'm not buying an Aaron Rodgers jersey.
Before you know it, you retire after this year.
Nah,
I would go buy the Sauce Gardner. I would buy the Sauce Gardner jersey. You don't be there for a while. I would buy that.
The Jets are like a lot of these other teams when it comes to after the rookie contract is out or done with, after those 4 years are up, they let them go. You know what I'm saying? Like
let Sauce Gardner go.
They might. They listen. He's not better than Revis, and they let Revis go.
But after how many years though they let Revis go?
After his rookie contract was up.
Damn,
because he wanted crazy money and they didn't want to give him the money.
He deserved it though.
You're right. But the Jets ownership don't like to spend that money. For the money that I'm going to spend on him, I could get two other guys. Is I think their philosophy.
Took 2 games in Boston, bro. Basically over.
It's not over yet. Well, now it is.
No, it's over.
It's over.
Yeah, it's pretty much over now.
Miami, the 8th seed, has taken 2 games in Boston. So you telling me Boston has to win 4 games? 4 out of the last 5 games.
Yeah, 4 out of 5.
Bro, Miami can lose 3 games. That let me know. Lose 3 games.
They just gotta win on their flow. That's it. If they win on the flow, that's it. Hold down home.
That's all they gotta do. And if they win, I think they play Sunday. They win Sunday, it's over. I don't see nobody coming from 3-0. 3-0.
Yeah, not too many teams come down from being 0-3.
Bruh, they literally, that tells me they shouldn't have got rid of Udoka. They should have brought him back because Udoka knew how to do. Your boy must don't know how to. He dapping off Ludacris. Look at that. Look like a Ludacris looking motherfucker. Yeah, this shit about to be over.
Luda.
It's over. He won. I love it. Boston is quiet. I'm like, that dude is a young coach. Udoka he look like he about to cry, the dude in Boston. Udoka knew how to close. Something is missing with Boston. Like something is missing. And Jimmy Butler is that dude. I really want Jimmy to win.
And don't be surprised if Boston, I'm not gonna say flip. Well, I will say flip one of the players. They flip Brown clearly it won't be Tatum, but it might be a Smart. It might be a Brown.
They have to flip one of them because Tatum and Brown are both up for extensions, and it's going to cost them like $600 million for 2 players or some shit like that.
Yeah, so
no, $400 million for 2 players. That's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah,
for next year.
Like if they do both of their extensions for next year, it's going to cost them over $400 million for 2 players.
So it won't happen.
You should have fucking taken advantage and traded one of them.
Got to trade Brown. That's the one I would trade.
Put it out there during free agency, looking to get rid of Brown. Well, what can you get?
Brown. You get a lot for Brown. A lot. Bro, look at this. Now, the NBA script writers better not mess this up. because they got two teams down 0-2 in the conference finals. I do not want to see them both those the ones who not win come back and win 4 straight. I'm going to be pissed.
Right? Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't think the Lakers have it in them to win 4 straight.
Stranger things have happened.
I'm gonna know something is up. I'm gonna know something up if that happened. Yeah, I won't watch NBA for a long time if that shit happens. Like, I mean, unless Jokic get hurt or Murray get hurt, that's the only way I can see them winning 4 games straight. Like, one of them has to get hurt. They tried to, you know what? They tried to say your boy Murray had an illness and wasn't going to make it, and then all of a sudden he made it, and then he torched their ass.
Did he ever? Took off too.
Man. So the NBA playoffs are going to be exciting. It was a good show today, man. I know y'all got stuff to do, man, and it's getting late, you know. So shout outs for the people.
Right quick, before shouting out you guys, it's graduate season. So
Yes.
Congratulations to those who could moved on to the next level, moved on, past pre-K, kindergarten, first grade, middle school, high school, college graduates. And we are in today is the 18th, 19th. Today's the 19th. A couple of years ago, I kind of got my degree from undergrad, University of Dillard University. So I want to shout out the graduates. This is the week of Asian American awareness. So it's Asian American, Native Hawaiians, and Pacific Islanders. So shouting out our other demographic. And for earlier, I want to share and piggyback on that earlier thing that we did with sending condolences to Jim Brown and his family. There's this celebrate, the life that was Jim Brown, and for the lives that he inspired, as far as toward the movement and fighting for civil rights. Is not only for minorities, but for going for the other demographics as well. And obviously, can't leave without shouting out the commission as a whole. Jay, myself, Izzy, Mo, Lala, Nasty, for those who commented, Anthony, Pops, who usually would come in.
Yeah, I gotta see
running late
Pops.
tonight. He pop
Pops
up in
come
here.
in been late lately. We're gonna do.
Yeah. There was another comment that I'm missing. Yeah, not only Anthony, it was someone else too.
Oh,
it was 2 others.
Yeah. Only that.
But thank you all for tuning in and helping us make a show. We wouldn't be nothing without those who don't comment. It just be our content.
Well, shout out to Jay for always commenting first, even though he's on the show. That should be funny.
He does.
Talk about Tristan. You talk about Tristan, aka Rich Baker 13.
Yes.
Tristan and Lala.
And I already shouted out Lala.
Yeah.
So that'll wrap up my shout outs for this week.
Well, like always, I shout you guys out. We always have good shows, always good conversation. We're not always button heads. You know what I'm saying? It's always an educated conversation. There's a lot of, with basketball and stuff like that. I know it, but I don't know it. So I'm glad that you guys know it better. So I'm able to learn more from it. Definitely want to shout out, everybody in the commission, Lala, Izzy, Nasty, you guys. Definitely rest in peace to Jim Brown. I always fuck Brett Favre because it seems like it's starting to get a little bit hot for Brett Favre because a lot more evidence is coming out, and he dropped the lawsuit against Pat McAfee. So I think is only in given time before we'll see the video of him being marched into a courthouse.
Yep.
I want to give a special shout out
Yeah.
to a friend of mine, Paul. As a matter of fact, his pops passed away this morning. At home, and Mr. Smith, I would say, was a big part of my childhood. You know, with growing up, even with helping raise me, because when you hang out with a group of guys that's like 12 deep, you know, when you're at somebody's house, it's always respect and whatnot. And I had a lot of conversations with him. So, you know, Mr. Smith, you know, rest in peace. And, you know, hopefully, you know, everybody in his family is taking it the best way they can.
Definitely. Shout out to y'all, man, for doing the show. Man, shout out to, Izzy Lala always for watching. Anthony, of course, Tristan, like we said, thank y'all for watching, for commenting. Yeah, other people watching, but y'all scared to comment. Y'all can comment.
Tell a friend to tell a friend, stop fronting.
Yeah, count out.
Right?
Always. Man, shout out to my sister. She's graduating from high school in Atlanta. That's why I'm going to be. Shout out to Eric. Oh, it's late. I can't. Okay. She's gonna be graduating high school in Atlanta, so that's why I'm going to Atlanta tomorrow. So that's what I'll be in Atlanta tomorrow to watch her graduate. I'll be back in time to do the wrestling show. I'll be back do the wrestling show that's on Thursday. Of course, we'll be back Friday. Man, this is a great show. Like, shout out to Jim Brown and everything he did. I also want to shout out my uncle Roy, who played NFL. Like I told y'all, it's his wedding anniversary with his wife today.
So all right.
Together longer than I've been alive.
Happy anniversary.
All right,
they've been together before I've
doing
been
your thing.
So I appreciate them. It's always good seeing them or talking with them, and I hope they're enjoying their wedding anniversary today. Whew. Like I said, we'll be back next week with the wrestling show on Thursday. You never know what happens there. Yesterday, I had to say people eat corn a long way.
Yes. Oh man. Oh, it made the Friday show. Oh.
Brett Favre eats corn. Look, Brett Favre eats corn a long way.
Yep. Most definitely. Most definitely does. He double grips it too. He holds it with both hands.
Double fisted.
Oh, yeah. Double fisted.
Dude said Brett Favre eat corn like churros.
You nasty MF.
He double fisting.
He double fisting the bitches.
Hell no.
I'm just shocked that people are shocked that he's a central figure in the welfare case. Like, motherfucker stole money. He stole shit.
Stole money. They got text messages. They got witnesses. Like, it's only a given time before we hear that they put the cuffs on his ass.
The evidence is the building. He built the building. It's in stone.
Yep.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
Fuck.
I know the South is perceived that we don't have education. I don't know where we rank, but some of us actually have intelligence. Like, you're not gonna sit here, pull the wool over our eyes and be like, and have y'all sleight of hand. The evidence is the damn building.
You're not gonna piss on me and tell me it's raining.
Yep.
All of that.
Yeah, you're not about to do that. I'll be your Luther for that one. You're not gonna piss on Eric and tell him it's raining. This motherfucker stole money. That's what happened. He stole it. Ted DiBiase's son was in it with him stealing money, and that's I'm like, I can't wait to see this motherfucker in handcuffs. I might put that picture on a shirt. Like him, his mugshot will be on the shirt.
We might have to do like a special report broadcast.
Oh, hell yeah. I don't care where I'm at. Hell yeah. We doing one that he get in handcuffs.
Oh, man.
Breaking news.
I feel like we're the only, I guess you can call us media, since it's technically media. The only media outlet really talking about this. Really been talking about it since the beginning.
It deserves more attention, and we're determined to give it to him. Yeah, Never forgot.
Listen, he could sue me. You can't get blood from a rock. You know what I'm saying? You want to sue me? Go ahead. What are you gonna get? You ain't taking my dog.
Here you go. Put it this way. Allegedly. Nah, we covered.
Hands wiped. Boom.
But still fucking me eats going the long way. Allegedly.
Double fisting.
Double fisting like churros.
Extra butter.
The butter dripping down the side.
Yep, down his elbow. down to past his elbow. He like this. Twisting that bitch too as he's pulling it out of his mouth.
Fuck that. Wait a minute. I don't know where this turning. Before we get banned, we'll see y'all later. Peace and we out.
Howdy.
Peace out. Safe weekend, everybody.
And if me see me keep looking over my shoulder, I gotta watch my back. See, oh, she egged me. What the hell? Oh, shit all over my rip off with the jersey. Go get that towel. Y'all didn't know.
You fucking owners have handled Judge Gentleman retired? Come on! He should have been fired before the fucking season! Joe Judge quarterback me on not one, but 2 times from the fucking 5-yard line!
And we're talking echelon, it's going to be Yankees first, Giants second, Jets third, Mets last.
No!
Wait a minute. It's Yankees first.
Okay.
Giants second.
Okay.
Knicks third.
No!
Jets fourth. Mets fifth. Wait a minute. The Nets bit their mouth when they found out he was leaving. Maybe it was girl number 25 that didn't mind doing it.
I'll just put it this way. It's way bigger than Nino Brown, a.k.a. Deshaun Watson. This is way bigger than him.
Yeah, that's exactly what this is.
That's why he got off, because it's bigger than him and there's bigger people implicated in this.
I think it's going to come to maybe 5 years down the line, and then Cleveland going to crumble.